don't exist in this
podcast.
Does it? No, Sensei!
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Cobra Guy's The Cobra Kai podcast. My name is Jeremy.
My name is Mikey.
And here we are back in the dojo to discuss more Cobra Kai as we do every 2 weeks for 9 years now.
I think we're coming up on 7 years.
That's a lot.
Or 8 years. I'm not sure how years work. You know, I always lose one.
During COVID, things got weird, so we might have had 2 years out of one.
Yeah. But 7 years out of 6 seasons, that sounds about right.
Not bad.
But either way, we've been around for a while. But here we are in the dojo. It's outside.
Yeah.
If you're
anyway, we're on YouTube.
Hopefully.
So hopefully this is also on YouTube and it's also on the podcast app.
I don't want to make any promises because we've done it several times and hit many technical difficulties on our new road to videodom.
Yeah. So we're no binary brothers, but we're trying.
We're binary cousins. It's
Binary
different,
cousins,
not quite as
yeah.
effective.
No. Anyway, what episode are we going to watch?
We're going to be watching Season 6, Episode 12, Rattled.
That's good. Do you understand the title?
Oh, I hadn't even considered it.
Because of a rattle, a baby, and it's a kind of snake. And I guess because Johnny's flustered?
I think Johnny's rattled, yeah.
But are those all true?
Chozen's rattled. Chozen gets rattled by some information.
That is true.
Yeah,
And,
this isn't my favorite title name because they have a lot
actually,
of...
Amanda and Daniel get rattled too because
of the soon departing Sam, and that gets put on the front burner.
Elizabeth Berkley tells them that you're going to lose contact.
We're going to call her by a character name.
And that is...
Winnie.
Winnie. Like Winnie Cooper.
Yeah.
From the Wonder Years.
Yeah, Winnie's a good name. I'm a fan of the Pooh. I'm big on the Pooh, dude.
That's probably top Winnie. Those are definitely top two Winnies. Winnie Cooper and Winnie the Pooh.
And I would say it's not like...
I can't even think of a third.
Winnie Cooper isn't way lower for me. It's just Pooh's the main man, dude.
Yeah.
That guy doesn't even need to wear pants.
Definitely.
That'd be my nightmare if I woke up Pooh Baron, dude.
Yeah.
Just a shirt. No, that's a nightmare, dude. You just get teleported in the middle of a busy intersection.
Pooh Baron it.
Full Pooh Baron, that sucker.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about this one before we get into it?
This is, okay. I considered that obviously it's not great.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about it. I'm like, this is kind of a throwback to when television shows had like a lot more episodes per season and they could just kind of like throw a couple away. Like, I don't know. Nothing's really happening on this one.
But like something super huge happens.
Well, yeah. That is true. But it has really not much to do with karate and stuff.
No. Also, that episode you're talking about, that extra one in a season of 22, episode 13, 14, maybe like right after the break, right before the break.
Yeah.
We only have 5 episodes left for the entire show. This is not the time to be throwing one of these
for
in
instance,
there.
I don't mean to say that Carmen having the baby is huge. It brings their
That's
family
my favorite
together.
part of the episode.
Absolutely. It's great. But otherwise, the stakes aren't really that high.
No, when we went to do
There's no villains in
Yeah.
this. There's no, Sam is convincing Tory to get back in karate. You kind of know that's definitely going to happen anyway.
Yep.
These jabronis made up AI to fight Robbie to prepare for Ivan Drago, but...
Dude, I hate it.
Yeah, you really hate that part. I think
really
it's like
do.
it's kind of lame. And also kind of world-breaking. You're like,
that's my problem.
They invented like 3 different things here.
They say straight up, this is the most advanced, whatever they call it, system in the world.
But I mean, if you think about it, that could be possible if a couple of kids who were going to, let's say, MIT, or an engineering school, focused on doing a karate training program. Like, sure, maybe, because nobody else invented one. No
way.
It's bullshit.
Yeah, it's just like, come on. It's just a little too much for me.
And when he puts the goggles on and he turns Miguel turns into him.
Yeah, that's what bothers me the most because
augmented reality.
At the end of the day, the made up way that you have for how this works, the system wouldn't be, it's just so fallible right away by us having to take your word for it that if Miguel gets the moves in his ear, he'll be able to do them in any way whatsoever that replicates anything that Axel's going to do to him.
Right.
Also, the digital representation of Axel is programmed with emotional responses.
Yeah.
Which is like, all right, I guess that makes it more realistic. That's their advanced AI, I suppose.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
I'll tell you what, I hated this episode.
But also, fighting Axel really has nothing to do with like what he's going to do next. It's the fact that like when you punch him, it doesn't hurt him, and when he punches you, it feels like five guys are punching you.
Right. Yeah, there's so many elements of the actual physical element.
And
that
you're just
wouldn't
making
make
Robbie
sense.
feel bad about himself.
And you're like, okay, so
Maybe just have him fight Miguel.
so essentially Miguel is just beating the shit out of Robbie, which
Yeah.
is a different thing than getting beat up by Axel, like you were saying.
Yeah, it's much different.
But I really hated this episode big time. Like, I didn't like any of the parts of it on the first watch or so.
Okay.
Like, all of the Elizabeth Berkley stuff, all the Winnie story. I
liked it.
I didn't
I like how
that
she knows
either.
the future.
Right. Well, no, that's not something that I got the first time.
Okay.
That wasn't, you know what I mean? Like, it had to sink in with me.
That's fair.
But at first, it was just like, I do still think this is a waste of time as far as using these last 5 episodes. You could have had Chozen come to that same conclusion in an interesting way that he should be with Sensei Kim without having to bring in a character we've never met.
Right.
That just seems, but they seem hell-bent on it, and they went to a special location for it.
Yeah, definitely.
Which I don't need that either.
A lot of effort was put into that plot.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that was the last thing they filmed.
It kind of oh, really? Is it
Yeah.
because they didn't know if they were going to be able to get Kumiko on the show again?
I don't think so.
It has nothing to do with that.
Well, I mean, that they knew that all along, so this is why they wrote all this.
I don't know. I have no idea.
I don't think it was like they had it written for Kumiko and then she couldn't come and then they like...
Really? Because the letter thing's pretty weird way to
Yeah, but when
blow
did
that
they
off.
know? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think they probably knew for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they could have got Kumiko, but they didn't because they didn't... That's not the story they're telling anymore. The story is Sensei Kim.
I mean, and it makes sense on a lot of levels why Kumiko wouldn't want to be with Chozen.
It's actually really... I thought that was fucked up. She's like, oh, my heart belongs to someone else, and the first person that says he's sorry that happened is Daniel, and it's him.
Yeah, that is kind of a fucked up situation that she's
If we can take
so
her-
in love with Daniel.
Yeah,
still.
because she tells him, like, well, I'm going to always hold that torch for you.
Right, so that guy in that episode, the towel man, we're saying that was not
Absolutely
what
not.
it looked like. It did, yeah, it was a
It
farce.
was what it looked like.
Oh, that was the guy.
No, it looked like what we perceived it as. Like, that it was just some guy hanging out with Kumiko.
Right.
But it's not what Chozen perceived it as.
Right.
That was just her friend, her gay friend. Come on, let's get serious.
I know.
That's what it
was.
seemed like.
It definitely was.
But then, yeah, because why would she want to be with that guy, not Chozen? That's crazy. Unless he did just want to be friends. That guy did try to kill her.
I think that is...
Chozen did try to kill her.
That's probably part of it.
But that's not what she said. And I don't think she's a liar. She could have said because our past makes it too complicated.
You're right. I guess it was just...
She said,
Yeah.
I love Daniel.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know. I don't want that for Kumiko. I hope it's that muscle man.
I think it's fine if Kumiko lives her whole life alone.
I don't care
She
about...
seems really happy.
I also think that's like... That's a badass thing to be like, I love this person so much that I'll never be with someone else. Wow, that means you really do love them.
Totally.
Seems crazy. But if you're happy, she's gone all over the world and had all these awesome adventures and
Yeah.
seen all the fucking bands she likes.
That's
That's pretty
true,
cool.
you're right.
That Kokomo chick's doing her thing, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
But should we get into the episode proper?
Sure.
All right. Whoa!
Oh.
Here we go.
Get the notes up on the video.
Got
If
the
you
notes
listen on
on
the
the video.
podcast, it really means nothing to you.
Yes.
Anyway,
All right.
but thanks for
Season
listening. You guys
6,
are the best.
Episode 12, Rattled. The episode opens with Gunther giving a speech while a training montage rolls. And I do love the music at the start of this.
Yeah, definitely.
Dun, 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 dun. And we don't know who Gunther's talking to.
Right.
Because what happened at the end of the last one? Oh, Terry convinced Daniel and Johnny. And at the 18th, is it the 18th year anniversary they had last episode?
Yeah.
Yeah, right at the end of that, they told the kids, we're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So we see Johnny and Robbie working the bag. Sam and Daniel are doing some kata in the dojo. Tory's running laps at a track, but
She's not doing that for karate.
No,
she just
well, yeah.
likes to stay fit.
she's just staying
She's
fit.
an athletic person, and that's just good.
And Robbie's doing the one man in the middle
Mhm.
while everyone surrounds him doing karate.
Yeah, very cool.
So Gunther says, it's been a month since the decision to resume the Sakai Takai. The tragic events of Barcelona are now beyond us. Our remaining fighters are hard at work, training for their chance to become world champions. With all the media attention, our tournament will now reach an audience far greater than before. The winning fighters and dojos will reap the benefits of victory. The stakes have never been higher. which is why I'm here in the valley. And he's talking to the crew.
Yeah. The
Right?
classic Valley, what do you call them? The Valley Council?
Dude, I have
the
a hard...
All-Valley Karate Council?
Yeah, every time I'm doing my notes, I'm like, what are these? Yeah, I called them the All-Valley Karate Board.
Yeah, definitely.
So what did you think of this scene?
I liked it. We're doing the tournament in the Valley. Makes a lot of sense on a lot of levels. I'm okay with it.
They brought in... Was this one guy always here? The fourth guy? I didn't get his name on my...
They added another guy to the ensemble because Ron is not here.
Oh, man.
Yes, classic.
That would have been Ron.
Yeah.
Why no Ron?
I don't know. Maybe he moved. He doesn't live in Atlanta anymore.
Yeah, maybe he did move.
You know?
Let's see. So, Sue wants 3 vegan food vendors, dude.
Well, also, Gunther mentioned that all eyes are on us now because that dude died, and now we're even more popular. Things are going well. Social media's a buzz with this guy.
Which is also what Terry's doing.
A child murder tournament.
Terry's amplifying that into good publicity.
No
His
press
media people
press.
can handle that in 4 seconds.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
So, okay. But yeah, they want 3 vegan options for the food.
I'm going to say Sue is too much. George sucks. I like Daryl, but he's selfish, but I feel bad for him in this one. They're all kind of...
I mean, Daryl is... I understand why he thinks he should get the microphone. He's got the riz.
I don't know, but don't you think you should have to pay for this blue mat situation a little bit?
Because
of the hazardous blue mats?
So the blue mats that he demanded, had mold on them?
Yes. A nasty fungus.
So we're going back to red mats.
But
so we would have to get different mats anyway.
I have a question for you. What are those blue mats that Tory and... They're just other blue mats that Tory and Sam are fighting on in the All Valley Arena.
No, they're getting the fungus right now.
Right, because that's where
they didn't haul the mats out yet.
Those mats have been sitting there since the All Valley.
Yeah. They have
or
to
they
decide.
busted them out. Maybe were the mats out when they came in?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
They're going to get fungus. That's not good.
So George says the words moist and bare feet, and he's grossing Sue out. He's grossing us all out. Let's be honest,
it's
George.
true. Shut up, George.
Gunther's had enough, slams his fist down on the table. The mats will be red. We'll have 1 vegan food vendor, and 50% of all T-shirt sales will go to the Sakai Takai Discretionary Fund.
Great.
And then this
to fund future tournaments?
No, to help to sustain what they're doing there. Make sure everybody's getting paid and stuff.
All right, yeah.
Although the other guy that I don't have his name, he goes, oh, so looks like somebody else is trying to wet their beak too. So he thinks that fucking Gunther's getting away with the money.
So does he also think that he's going to get some of the money?
I don't know. I thought it was a weird comment by that guy.
Yeah. Like, are they all fucking laundering money from this karate council?
Yeah, like Gunther's like, 50% to the discretionary fund, which obviously, because I'm corrupt, I'll just put
of
in
the
my
merch.
pocket.
I mean, I think that's fair. It is drawing the crowd, the Sakai Takai name.
Yeah. I wonder if the city that hosts it pays for the ability to have that event, or do you pay to have them come there? Or does the tournament pay, or does the
tournament
Sakai
pays to rent the building?
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
The host city doesn't want them because this is an example, not really 1-for-1, but WrestleMania. You would want to have that.
Well, that might
in
be
your
a
city
completely different situation
because you bid for it.
Yeah, they definitely bid on WrestleMania now.
Yeah.
But
I guess maybe next year
there was just a murder. I feel like Terry had to slip these guys. Terry used his fortune, the rest of his money, to set this thing up.
Well, Daniel picked the venue too.
Right.
And it seems affordable because he has an in with all these people.
Actually, he may not have had to pay.
Probably for the use of the
Daniel's on the board.
The use of the arena.
Yeah.
And the other 50% of the proceeds from the T-shirts go to the All Valley, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
because they're hosting the event.
Plus, what about parking? There's a lot of money to be made at parking, you know?
Yep.
So,
let's see.
Plus, food, like they're saying. Get some vendors in here. We don't need 3 vegan options. I appreciate that you would have a vegan option, but
I think you should have the appropriate amount of vegan options, and I think 1 is it.
Yeah.
I don't know. How many food options are there? If there's 29, sure, we can give them 2.
Yeah,
I can do you 2.
Is popcorn one? I know they're going to have popcorn.
Yeah.
Well, there we go.
Oh,
they'll probably put it in butter, though.
Son of a bee.
All right, but they could put it in
what's
oil.
the best vegan, that kind of food, fair food? I don't really know. I don't know my vegs.
I don't know. I think you can make a pretty good popcorn. How about the fried onion?
The bloomy blooms?
The blooming onion.
Onion? Depending on what you fry it in.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Just don't fry it in animal fat.
Yeah. There you go.
Hey, you figured it out, guys.
We did it. Okay.
Tofu hot dog.
Yeah, sure.
Come on.
There you go. You could probably trick me if you put all the stuff on it. I'd
Yeah.
definitely eat it. A hot dog doesn't even take that long to eat. Gunther,
Mung dal bowl.
Mung dal
You know?
bowl. Gunther tells everyone to chill out and declares that there will be absolute professionalism moving forward, especially when it comes to him taking the mic as the master of ceremonies. Oh, boy.
Uh-oh, Daryl doesn't like that.
So how do you feel about this? About how Gunther's...
Well, it is the Sakai Takai, and Gunther was the announcer at the Sakai Takai. So, there it is.
It's...
Daryl, sorry, you were the announcer at the All Valley. At the next All Valley, you can totally be the announcer.
Yeah, and Sakai Takai
Outranks.
up here.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, Valley. Sorry, Daryl. But
Yeah, exactly.
So
this
World
is the
Karate.
World Tournament.
Yeah.
This is the Regional Tournament.
And it... Maybe, Daryl... I guess it does happen because eventually he gives him the mic for the thing at the end.
I think everyone in on this karate board is kind of an egomaniac,
Yeah.
right?
All these people are very headstrong, even the people on the council.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And Daryl, the thing that Daryl loves about having the mic, Gunther loves it too.
Mm-hmm.
They both just have a love of the spotlight.
It's true. But if you notice, later at one point, Hawk says, Sakai Takai. He says it just like Gunther.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, when Miguel and Robbie are entering the backyard.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true. I don't agree with how we handle this situation with Daryl, though.
What are you talking about? He said, you're in the valley, and in the valley, we handle things a certain way. And the only people this dude's met from the valley is Cobra Kai and
That's
Miyagi-Do. And he's like, oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And he does speak the language of karate.
Yeah,
So.
right.
But,
And he must assume all these people do karate.
but there's no way. Like, Gunther could... Daryl kept going, wait, what are we doing? Hold on,
Yeah.
what are we doing? What
Yeah.
are we doing? Just so we're clear, I'm Daryl, and I don't know what we're doing. And Gunther was still more than happy to kick him in the face.
It's true, but who knows what was written on the walls of Gunther's dojo? It could have been like, punch them when they don't know what's going on.
When a man tells you that they're playing by his rules, you play by your own
yes,
rules.
exactly.
And the fucked up part is George knows exactly what's happening. George is the ref.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, George could have told Daryl,
Well,
hey,
I
bud.
think George kind of wants to see Daryl get kicked in the face.
Yep.
You know?
Oh, dude, I bet that's exactly it.
You know, these guys are petty.
Yep. All right, let's see. Where are we? Oh, and then we get title after Gunther kicks him.
It's yellow. I wish there was a secret code
Whoops.
where if you kept track of all the titles,
I know I have been, too.
you know, and then if you knew them all, I mean, I guess it's good trivia. Like, what's the title on episode 4 of season 3?
But is it relevant? You
Probably
know?
red. Yeah, I think the title tells a story sometimes.
Yeah. There's red and yellow.
Like
and
last
red and
time,
yellow.
it came up over Master Kim, and it was red like blood because
Yeah.
you know he had just the kid had died.
And this one was yellow because Daryl was afraid of what was going to happen.
Yes.
And he peed his pants when he kicked him. He knocked him out, I think, almost.
I think he did.
That's brutal.
Mhm.
We cut to Chozen doing some gardening outside of Miyagi-Do. Daniel and Amanda exit the dojo and tell Chozen that they're just here to get Daniel's cooler because they're taking a ride up the coast for a little wine tasting. Into the rich stuff the LaRussos are.
They sure are. The little luxury life of Daniel LaRusso.
Dude, yeah, a lot of L's in that, dude. They're living a luxurious life of luxury in the LaRusso months. They ask Chozen what he's up to, and he tells them that he will be spending essentially the next 8 hours binging Storage Wars, despite Amanda's fucking judging of him.
I mean, that sounds awesome. I don't like Storage Wars. But,
I
you
did-
know, who hasn't gotten into a trashy show now
Yeah.
and again where you're like, I'm just going to watch this whole fucking thing.
I had a short period where it was very short. My longest one was probably American Pickers, but I had a short time where I was watching Storage Wars. I'm
Yeah.
familiar with Daryl Sheets.
Yeah, oh, really?
I
See, I know the
understand the
concept.
reference.
Well, I saw that video game they made about
Dude,
buying
that-
storage
I
containers.
watched a guy play that a bunch.
Yeah, that looks cool. But no, I never watched Storage Wars or Pawn Wars or Pawn Stars.
Oh, I hate Pawn Stars.
Yeah,
I don't like that one. But you watched American Pickers, right?
But I watch American Pickers.
I like watching those guys go through the stuff.
Me too. I like to see the stuff. I'm a big fan of stuff.
Do you remember one? It was a specific one where they found a bunch of like really old banners from like a circus.
No, that sounds awesome.
Dude, and they were all so cool. It was beautiful.
Nice.
I mean, I don't love aspects of it where like, maybe
it seems like predatory in some ways.
Yeah, are you hosing an old man with a junkyard full of treasure? But
I guess they're thinking like it's just sitting there. I'm giving him something for it.
Totally. And it is a cool piece of history, and if we can save more of those, I'm into that.
True.
Even if a couple old men don't get as much money for it as they could if
all
they
these
sold
guys
it.
seem to be doing fine.
You have a junkyard.
Yes, you own a junkyard. You're doing fine.
You own enough acreage to house a junkyard.
Yeah, you're living your dream.
Yeah. So they are interrupted by.
But I wish I was getting all these references hard. I imagine if you watch all these shows,
I only barely.
Yeah.
Like I was like, okay, I think I know which guy that is.
Yeah.
So,
and you know what I liked about all this stuff with Chozen today is like it's like has nothing to do with Okinawa or Mr. Miyagi or Daniel LaRusso. It's just who the guy is.
it's just about who he is and what he's.
It's not a
going for.
reference to anything that's ever happened in any fucking movie.
Well, hold on to your butts because they're interrupted by a mystical mailman who enters the backyard looking for a Mr. Toguki.
Yeah.
Daniel quickly corrects him, and Chozen takes the registered letter. So other than that element...
So what just happened there is a clear reference to Karate Kid 2.
Yes.
The exact same thing happens, and the mailman comes in and says, Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah.
He says, Miyagi. He goes, oh, okay. And he gets a letter from Okinawa.
Yep. I pulled it up to watch it just to see how close it was because I didn't totally remember. I was like, wow.
Shot for shot.
It is very, very close.
Because they even hang on the mailman for an extra second. He goes, wow, this is a really nice place. Like, just like happened in the other movie. He hangs on the guy's...
the exact same thing.
The exact
same
line.
words. He says, hey, this is some place you got here. From the outside yard, you'd never know it.
Yeah. And it hangs on it for so long that you kind of think, like, I thought, I'm like, oh, is this a guest star or something? But no, they're just, replicating the shot from the original movie where that also kind of happens.
Yes, that's just David Vogel. Was that his name? I don't remember his name.
Yeah, we did look it up because I wanted to know who he was, and he's, just been in some stuff.
I'll tell you who he's not.
Who?
David Schwimmer.
No, but he looks like Schwimmer with a big honking mustache.
Yeah,
he
does have a big mustache.
He's just kind of got a look to him too, where you're like, that looks like a guy.
So yeah, it's nice. I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it too.
Sometimes I think stuff's a little too on the nose, but not this.
Well, we're doing it. It's Cobra Kai. It has its own unique tone of being on the nose and also winking at it.
Yeah. And sometimes I enjoy it more than other times.
I agree.
Sure.
But you like this moment?
Oh, I love it, dude.
I liked it too.
I love it.
And the music behind it is so beautiful.
And I love that, like Chozen is like Mr. Miyagi. He would be out there gardening.
Yeah.
So it's like,
he is,
it's good to know there's a bunch of Miyagi types around.
Yeah. Even Elizabeth Berkley is like Mr. Miyagi.
Oh, big time. If we had Spirit of Miyagi on this one.
Yeah.
It's a letter from Okinawa, Kumiko specifically. Daniel and Amanda are just as hopeful as Chozen is when he starts reading. From Kumiko, she apologizes for not returning my call. Says she did not get message for a long time. Problem with phone company. Chozen's smile drops from his face as he reads ahead. She says that she loves me. Amanda and Daniel smile at each other. Chozen turns around slowly. As a friend. Her heart lies somewhere else. I wrote, with Daniel, I assume.
I would think so.
I assume that is what is implied.
If it had been going on for 35 years, why not 40?
That's an excellent point, dude. Amanda says he took it like a champ, but Daniel insists it's a facade, and sooner rather than later, he's going to mix up a dozen Long Island iced teas and go on a bender. I don't like that.
No, I don't like it either. First, from Kumiko's standpoint, this fucking guy just like got hammered and just called you up and was like, oh man, I love you. Like, super sorry about this is weird, but like, I just got to tell you. And then she's like, oh God damn
And then he showed up at her house.
Yeah. It's just like,
and she missed him there.
Now I got to deal with this.
Yeah.
So that kind of sucks for her.
Yeah, it sucks for her. And it's like, dude, you tried to kill me.
I think that is
Remember the zip line, bro?
I think that's part of it. He went like, knife to the throat.
Yeah.
Went all scorpion on her ass.
Yeah. You know what she didn't like when you used to say, keep for collection? She didn't love that.
Nobody liked that.
No one liked that.
I don't like how you followed us around and beat Daniel up everywhere. I still remember that.
Yeah.
And I love Daniel.
Oh, yeah. And by the way, I love Daniel. So
I think she was as nice as possible.
Yeah.
Plus, he should be with Sensei Kim.
Yes, we both agree on that.
Yes.
And shut up, Daniel.
Oh, about the drinking?
fuck you, dude.
He's going to go get so drunk. Yeah. Okay, what?
Sorry, a guy gets his heart broken and gets drunk and makes a fucking embarrassment of himself in your dojo at one Sakai Takai, and now that's what he'll do every time? Bullshit.
Maybe. Yeah, it's also like when we're watching this first time, I said, like, isn't it weird that on this show, they talk about drinking a lot?
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, Johnny drinks so much, but he's not really labeled an alcoholic.
No.
And Chozen, even though he went on a bender, all of a sudden has this reputation, and Daniel isn't trying to help him on that front. Like, it's not to the point where he's like, we have to have an intervention, or like, because he just stopped drinking.
Yeah.
But now he kind of judges him for it.
Now, he's like, oh, well, he's just one time. But now every time he does it, Daniel's going to have a tone about it.
Yeah, no, it's pretty rude. And also, like, oh, he's going to get drunk. Like, let's bring him to the wine club instead.
Yeah.
All
Also,
right, what's your idea here?
Yeah, how about let him just sit home and get drunk? Maybe that would be best for business.
Yeah. I mean, he's definitely going to be naked on your couch when you get home.
Yeah.
That's
well,
probably not great.
No, because he lives in the dojo.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. That's true.
That's why they have to be like, hey, sorry, we showed up at your house.
That's
We're
right.
just getting his cooler.
Mm.
Fucking rich people in their coolers. Oh, wait, we could all have coolers?
Anybody can have a cooler.
Yeah, all right. So Amanda, I mean, they do care about him. They don't want him to sit at home and be drunk and sad.
Yeah.
So they invite him to go somewhere on a first date and get drunk, and hopefully not so sad that you don't ruin the date.
Not bad. I mean, I see, your heart's in the right place. It's not a bad idea, but it just depends on how much you loved Kumiko.
It seems like a lot.
Yeah. So probably the day he got rejected isn't the best day to go on a date.
Yeah, but going on it all works out.
It's because this show is magical.
It's because the show's magic.
There's magic on this show.
That's true.
And,
So Amanda has the idea that they should hook him up with Winnie Taylor, which is Moon's mom. Moon Taylor.
that's crazy that she's Moon's mom. And you're like, oh, okay. She's the one that gave her the low-calorie weed.
The low-cal. Dude, that was all I was thinking about the whole episode.
But you know what that probably was? CBD.
Yeah, probably.
Which means, like, it doesn't have a lot of THC, and it helps your body.
Yeah, 'cause she's like,
She
all right, I
probably
can't have my daughter out here getting stoned.
Yeah. That's actually...
In cars.
Retrospectively, that's kind of funny.
Yeah. Daniel doesn't think it's a good match, but Amanda tells him to just chill out. It's only a couple glasses of Chardonnay and some light conversation. But we don't know. She's a friggin' mystic.
She's a mystic. She has magical powers.
Uh-huh.
She found a deck of magical cards at a pawn shop once.
And
because she watches Pawn Stars.
Oh, yes.
Come
absolutely.
on.
Daniel overhears shows and he's already yelling at the Storage Wars.
Yeah.
It's like setting wallet on fire.
But he's not drinking.
No. And I don't think that he necessarily was even going to drink.
Yeah.
He was just going to watch
It
Storage
really
Wars.
read as very judgy by Daniel.
Totally.
Which Daniel has been very judgy previously.
He's kind
Remember
of a judgy guy.
he wrote off Robbie immediately at one point, and they really never reconciled in a weird way.
You know, which is fucked up because he was such a little bitch about thinking that Allie was judging him for being poor.
That's true.
What a little bitch.
Yeah. That wasn't even true.
No, it wasn't.
I mean, her parents were, for
Her
sure.
parents were big
Yeah,
time, but her
yeah.
parents, your dad's a scumbag, dude. I
Yeah.
don't like that guy.
Definitely. Fix your fucking bricks
Fix
outside
your bricks,
house.
dude.
This is embarrassing.
Yo, you know what? It's not that he broke the bricks. It's that your bricks could be loose enough to be broken, brother.
It's true.
Goodness gracious. Oh, my gosh. All right, where are we? We're going to cut to Carmen, Yaya, and Johnny preparing Carmen's baby go bag.
Oh, yeah.
Johnny suggests they had a crowbar because, quote, when
Tire iron.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Tire iron. Crowbar. That wouldn't help. Tire irons, yeah. When he was born, his mom got a flat on the way to the hospital. She got the rest of the way on roller skates. Made it just on time. Nurses called her a lucky Laura.
Is that true? That can't be true. Why would she put the skates on while she's giving birth?
Well, she knew it was coming, and she knew that she could get there faster on wheels. Dude.
Right.
Maybe Johnny's as smart as he is for a reason.
Yeah, that might be true.
Maybe they're similar, not that Johnny's stupid, but he's simple. That sounds insulting as well, but
in some ways, he's a caveman.
Yes.
You know? Yeah, I don't know.
And he's like, I'm a manly man.
Yeah, he's a manly man. And he thinks being smart's stupid. You know?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, totally. Kind of like the character Rosa Diaz from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, yeah.
Like, thinking too much, that's lame.
Yeah.
I just be badass.
It's like, what do you,
what do you do?
You don't write things down?
No.
What do you do?
I just remember things like a badass.
No,
Isn't that what it is?
No, I forget things like a cool
Oh,
person.
that's what it is. Yeah, that's it. That's the opposite. I wrote in my notes that they're sure to remind us of Johnny's mom's name so that it clicks instantly when they say the baby's name later. But they hammered. That was just early on in my notes.
And what is that name?
Laura.
Laura.
Lucky Laura.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Carmen explains that if they have any car trouble, they'll just call an Uber. Johnny says,
watch out. Some of those drivers are unreliable.
Yeah. And then Carmen says that they'll just call Amanda if they have any trouble. And then Johnny's like, Amanda, what do you think of Amanda for a baby name?
I thought that was a weird thing for him to click in his mind right there.
Yeah. And then when Carmen's like, you want to name our daughter after your co-sensei's wife? He's like, oh, not when you put it like that.
Yeah.
Now that you put it like that, no. It's like,
but
simple Johnny.
How did your brain not register the first time when she said Amanda that she was indeed talking about Daniel's wife, who was Amanda?
He's like, oh, you mean Daniel's
friend.
Wife, Amanda?
Yeah.
Probably one of my best friends.
But, I guess it's a line to let us know that they're trying to think of baby names still.
Oh, I think you're right.
Yeah.
That's what it is. To
Even
let
though
us know.
It's a little clunky.
Seems, it's always been really obvious to me, right? What the name should be. Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah, you're
What the
right.
hell, dude?
Yeah, it's true.
I just don't understand.
Mr. Miyagi Lawrence.
Carmen walks away, leaving Yaya and Johnny alone to have a little talk.
Mm-hmm.
Yaya asks Johnny if perhaps he's considered the name Bastarda.
I don't think that he's really as offended as he should be.
He's not offended at all.
Yeah.
I love it. It's such a... this is
Bastardo. What is that?
Yeah, it's Johnny Classic.
Family name? Yeah, Johnny Classic.
Where you're just like, you silly bitch. Dude.
Yeah.
Did you try plugging it in? Oh, shit.
Yeah.
It's a clip-on, you think? Yaya pushes Johnny a little and explains to him that he's bringing a baby. Yeah, she shoves him. You're bringing a baby into the world without being married. And then I just love how simply Johnny just says, we are kind of doing things a little backwards.
Yep.
He really listens to everything Yaya says.
Why wouldn't he? She's wise as fuck.
I love Yaya.
Me too.
This is Yaya's episode.
I
think
agree,
she
yeah.
feasts upon it.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Sensei Ron. Let's see. Johnny tells Yaya
House of Sin.
House of Sin, yes. He tells Yaya not to worry and that he'll make things right. And then Yaya says, not with me. Make right with him.
The God upstairs.
She hit him with a Sensei Ron.
Well, that's the thing. Is like, okay, so we have a Patreon, Cobra Guy's Patreon, and we just revisited the episode Take a Right with
riding my bikes with my friends.
All the original Cobras. Now, if you remember the deep history, the lore of the Cobra Guys is that we accidentally said Sensei Ron
was a stiff actor.
Was kind of a stiff actor, especially the part where he points to the Lord and says, the man upstairs. There's just something about it that makes just silly to me. Anyway, he yelled at us on the internet about it. Quite funny.
Because someone ratted us out like a rat.
They were like, hey, listen to this.
Listen to what these two fat idiots said on the internet about you.
Yeah, and care. You better care.
And they're both fucking masterclass actors. So what they say
It's
about
true.
your performance
really
matters,
should matter. But anyway, as opposed to that, in this episode, when Yaya points to the man upstairs, I'm buying every fucking second of it.
I was like, God's real. Yaya just proved it.
Yep, absolutely.
Sorry, Ron, you didn't do it.
Yep, I got a rosary.
And I'm like, I love all the characters that they're leaning into the Miyagi. They're leaning into doing the accent of a person who maybe moved here who doesn't speak as fluent a language.
Yes, definitely.
I'm sure this woman speaks perfect English.
Definitely.
The same way Chozen does.
Yep, exactly.
Chozen, there's some really good stuff performance-wise that I was looking at that Chozen.
No, he's really funny.
There are parts where, well, I'll get to it later.
Okay.
It's at the winery. Sorry, I'm moving around a lot.
But yeah, this part where Yaya tells Johnny to fucking buckle up and fly right.
Yeah, that's good
Really
stuff.
effective.
All right, now we're with the fucking binary senseis wheeling their trolley of technology into Miyagi-Do.
All the Sega Genesis and 32Xs.
They have all their 32Xs.
They've linked them all for the processing power.
Oh, they're doing LAN party?
Yep, LAN party.
Nice.
Totally. They're playing Halo 1.
Dimitri asks Hawk if he's heard from MIT. Hawk says he has, but unfortunately, it's no-gosville.
Oh.
Dimitri genuinely feels bad for Hawk. I do really like where they are emotionally right now. Like
so Hawk was like, I don't want to go to MIT. This is a long-ass story over the season. I don't want to go to MIT. I don't want to hang out with you all that much. And then they had their little spat.
Yeah.
And then eventually they came around to, yes, okay, I do want to go to MIT with you, bro. You're the best. And then he applied, and he's like, no, you can't go.
Yeah, he didn't get in.
Because he should have applied early, like Dimitri.
Yes.
Okay,
but he reluctantly did end up going to MIT because he says that he did get into Caltech, which Dimitri's very happy for him. And then he explains, honestly, Caltech would have been my first choice if he knew that Dimitri would go there with him. That was the only thing about Caltech he didn't like, was that Dimitri wasn't going there.
Oh, interesting.
So, and then, because I just really like how Dimitri's like, oh, I'm sorry you didn't get into MIT. And then Hawk's like, oh, no, it's cool. I actually wanted to go there. And the only reason I'm sad about going there is because I love you, brother, and I'm going to miss you.
Mm-hmm.
Dimitri's happy for his friend, and I love that. Let's see. Then I get angry in my notes a little bit.
Why?
Well, because I was the first, when I was first doing my notes, I was more annoyed by the Binary Brothers.
Yeah.
So I wrote, Dimitri's very happy for his friend, and I love that. I love it so much, almost as much as I hate everything that takes place in this backyard moving forward. I hate it. It's lame. It's world-breaking. The tone and content don't match the world.
Yeah.
I just fucking hate
love
it.
Star Trek,
Oh, yeah, baby.
And when they invent some crazy technology on Star Trek, you're like,
Hell yeah.
cool.
Nice. Warp 11.
Warp.
Nice.
Warp. Cool.
Yeah, warp. Cool.
But yeah, when they invent crazy technology on Cobra Kai, it's like, all right. But my brain can accept that, like, it could have been something else here. Like, you could have done the exact same thing where it's just like, we calculated the amount of punches you need to be thrown per second.
Yep.
More statistic based,
Crunch
or
the data.
less science fiction.
I agree. That's the thing. It's just, yeah.
And I accept the fact that they could have innovated something that would help him learn how to fight better.
It's not my
It's
problem.
just the specifics of it are like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Can we take another run at this?
Like, my problem isn't even that they could take all the data from his fights and then make a 3D representation of that. That I'm still all the way in.
Okay.
Like if it was like if it appeared like a video game, but once you put it in, once they're using the haptics, which is in the fight anagram.
Yes.
That's not the right word. Acronym,
yeah.
sorry.
Haptics, which is like feedback on your...
Feedback through like physical contact.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm like, now it's getting slippery.
Yeah.
And then again, the worst part for me is the voicing Axel's attacks into Miguel's head, because that's just not...
Obviously, that
we
doesn't
need to
make
be able
any
to
sense.
If we could click, if you were like, oh yeah, we designed a thing that attaches to Miguel's brain,
Yeah.
I'd be
right.
like, okay, maybe.
Because maybe we're just so aware of lag because now we're starting to record more video and we know you have
boy.
to make adjustments.
So many adjustments. Anytime there's another chord,
Yeah.
there's a chance you're getting some lag.
Definitely. So, yes, the specifics of this are kind of silly.
Yes. Okay.
But I get it. And even then, I probably would have thought of something way cooler to do with these four characters. Maybe they had to do it on this set for some reason.
I would have liked to have
How
them,
about we go to fucking golf and stuff and fuck around all day?
I would have liked to have all four.
Clear our minds before the tournament.
Yeah, all four of the guys go out and they get into a fight with a bunch of randos.
Yes.
And then Robbie does the thing that saves them all, and they all run away like together, like they were getting in trouble if they stayed.
The Mr. Miyagi kick. Let's bring it back.
Yeah, dude.
Come on.
And he's like, oh, wait, I've been underestimating how good I am at karate.
Totally.
I am awesome. And Miguel, and they're all like, you are awesome. Let's get out of here before the cops.
Yeah.
And they all run away from golf and stuff.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah. They beat up a bunch of assholes who deserved it.
Yeah, and you could really take the minute to make those assholes deserve it, too.
Yeah. And if somehow we at one point have Johnny throw a to them for it. All right.
But I guess they wanted to do all this technology crap.
It's fine. It's okay. I mean, no, you're never going to love everything on a show. That'd be crazy.
Totally.
Yeah.
And that's, we said earlier, like those episodes, those off episodes in the old sitcoms where it's like, you got 22 episodes. It kind of makes the other ones better.
Yeah, that's true.
The great ones are
elevated,
are even greater because there's some ones in the middle and some ones a little lower.
That's true. You got to have lows, mediums, and highs.
Yes. I consider this one a medium. I don't think it's bad.
Well, I mean, they're all wicked. The show's great. That's
It's
why
a
we
great
have a podcast
show. Yeah,
about it.
yeah.
So as far as low goes,
Yeah.
although
But there's no bad guys, and the only fighting is sparring.
there's very little conflict.
Yeah.
There's inner conflict, inner turmoil.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, there's some turmoil with our next characters. We cut over to Tory coming home with a bag of groceries for her and her alone because her brother has been snapped from existence.
Yeah, that's right. Thanos got him.
Yep. Sam is patiently waiting for her by the door. Tory asks why she's there, and she tells her that the Miyagi Doughboys are training together.
The Doughboys, Miyagi
The
Doughboys.
Doughboys are training, so she thought they should train together. And Tory tells Sam that she's not fighting and that she quit Cobra Kai. You should be happy. One less person to fight. I made that sound way bitchier than she said
It's
it.
true. She said it more sad.
Yeah. And like happy for her. Like, oh, you just have to beat one less person. Tory opens the door and enters the apartment, but leaves it open so Sam can follow her if she wants. Sam accepts her silent offer and follows her inside, asking her if she's told Robbie. And Tory says, Robbie ain't the boss of me.
Wow.
I can do whatever I want, whatever I please.
All right, dude. I wasn't saying that. I'm just asking.
She continues by adding that she's never putting the Cobra Kai gi on ever again because it's ruined her life.
Yeah.
Do you think that's true?
Has Cobra Kai ruined Tori's
I mean, going
life?
back with Kreese this last time just was not a great call.
Kreese has been bad for her, for sure.
Yeah.
Has it done any good for Tori? It's hard to say. I mean, I think she was always pretty confident, so she didn't get any of that. It pretty much escalated her feud with Sam so that she took the spike out and punched her and got suspended, right?
Right. So it would have saved her that suspension.
Yeah, that wouldn't have happened. No, I think it has ruined her life.
But she wouldn't have this opportunity to become what she does become if she had never gone.
True.
Like to get the
if she wins the
sponsorship.
Sakai Takai,
Yes.
it will all have been worth it.
Which I guess was what she was already thinking.
Yeah.
And so that's why she went back this last time. But then a kid died, and she's like, what am I thinking? This isn't the solution to everything.
Yeah.
But it is.
It's funny she hated that kid.
Yeah.
Right?
Is that kid who died?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sam states that this means she has to fight Zara, and Tory adds, nobody deserves to get their ass kicked more than that bitch. And Sam convinces Tory to at least help her train to defeat Zara. And as an added bonus, it will give Tory one more chance to try to kick her in the face. Tory accepts. Tory liked that attitude.
Yeah. Well, we know from the beginning when Tori was jogging that she still likes to work out.
Yes, that's true.
So it's kind of, it makes sense.
Yep. We cut to Daniel, Amanda, and Chozen at the vineyard. Now, see, this was on my first. I went off on a tangent in my own notes here.
Good. Let's get into it.
I wrote, I hate this too, which I don't anymore.
All right.
So I don't
that's
even
fine.
necessarily agree with that.
All
This
right.
whole vineyard scene, the Jesse Spano, Elizabeth, is that her name?
Yeah.
Was that her character?
Jesse Spano, yeah.
Elizabeth Berkley of it all. It's so much time wasted in a location that means nothing to us with a new character that is barely relevant. Chozen could have figured out that Sensei Kim was his true love without a fucking tarot card reading. Yes, there are some decent humorous moments sprinkled throughout, but there always are when Chozen is on screen. I just don't dig it, and it feels like a waste of the precious time we have left with these characters in the final 5 episodes.
Okay.
This is some season 3 type shit, if it should have ever existed at all.
Wow.
It's shot well, and it's a beautiful place, and the performances are excellent. Elizabeth crushes it. Her character is developed and executed well, and it's cool to meet Moon's mom, but that's the only thread I can even slightly get behind. I don't hate it as much as I loathe the binary senseis. Pretty
Okay, so you don't agree with that anymore?
I mean, not as much.
I liked it. I mean,
I think
it's a downbeat episode. It's
Yeah.
like it somehow feels like the episode
I think it's a weird time.
Family of Next Generation that comes right after the 2-parter Best of Both Worlds. Right after Picard gets assimilated by the Borg, the next episode he goes back to Earth and goes
Right,
to
'cause
France.
how good could that one possibly be?
And it's just him hanging out with his brother,
Right.
and fighting with each other.
Does his brother have a restaurant?
No, but he lives a traditional lifestyle.
Oh,
they don't
okay.
have teleporters or anything.
Was he living like a small fucking
He lives on
French
the vineyard.
village or whatever?
Yes, a
the
small French
vineyard.
village. Yeah, exactly. So it's like, it's all emotional stuff on that one. And it's like, no bad guys. The only conflicts are internal. And that's kind of like what this is.
Yeah.
After a big event.
That's true.
You know?
And we did just decide we're getting back into the Sky to Kai.
Yeah.
And, on an episode where the baby's coming,
Yeah.
maybe it's best that we
You
don't.
need to take time to deal with that.
Yes.
And Johnny getting married and give Carmen a little more screen time, I guess, in this one. Although she still doesn't have that much.
No.
The idea of her takes up a lot of the episode, though.
Yeah, you're right. You are thinking about her the whole time.
Yeah.
And she knocks it out of the park. And that's the other thing I really thought that Elizabeth did crush. I loved her performance.
Elizabeth Berkley?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
She was awesome. Like when she comes up to...
And you know what? It does feel like seeing an old friend. Like, hey, all
Yes.
right.
I could tell by the way, like, I wrote in my notes later, man, I want one of those hugs that she gave to Amanda and Daniel when she got there. She was just so warm, and it really did feel like her and Amanda had a relationship, and her and Daniel had a relationship.
Yes.
They all know each other. She is their old friend.
And it makes sense as how that's why Moon's so nice.
Yes, it does,
You know?
and that's true. I thought she was very true to Moon's character, and then we find out that Moon's sister's name is Sage.
That's great.
Which is funny, and I like that.
Yeah.
And she helps. Well, she doesn't help.
She put Chozen on his path.
She helped Chozen.
She helps him with his heartbreak. But you know what? I think that in some ways it wasn't that bad with him and the heartbreak because it's been so long. He probably never really thought he was going to be with her anyway.
It was never, ever a thing.
Yeah. And then he just, oops, too drunk.
Got too drunk and listened to your boys, and they were like...
Johnny told him to go call that Kokomo chick.
He sure did.
Yeah.
He sure did. Let's see. Where am I in my notes? All right. So we start off. That was me just getting it off my chest and early on in the notes. The scene starts with Daniel talking about the fucking wine. Get
Shut
fucked, nerd.
Even they don't care.
No. Tastes like juice box, says Chozen, dude. You keep for your collection. Unctuous, oilier than expected. I'm getting
Huckleberry.
not even just huckleberry, ripe.
Yeah.
And then
ripe
even
huckleberry.
Amanda says, "What is a huckleberry?"
Yeah.
I'll be a huckleberry. R.I.P. Val
We know
Kilmer.
that for sure. R.I.P. Val Kilmer for sure. I would like a huckleberry pie, but I would like in any kind of pie.
I only want
you
a
can send your pies to
I only want a huckleberry pie if it's Silborn. Not if it's on a windowsill.
Oh, Silborn pie.
Silborn. Yeah.
I think
that's a weird episode to have first used that phrase ever in the history of time.
I think we should take a day this spring and go windowsill hopping for pies.
Yes, dude.
Let's just start stealing pies off sills.
Sniffing our way around the neighborhood.
Yeah.
That's dangerous around here. There's a sewage treatment plant not
That is
3 miles
true.
out.
And you don't want to steal
Breathe
someone's weed off the windowsill. That's the other smell that comes around outside a lot.
Big time. You'll be like, oh, damn. This is a stinky neighborhood.
Yeah.
I wonder
who's got the weed.
Yeah, you walk by, you say it, wow. I
Sure
hate it.
could use some.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, Daniel's a douche with his fucking... Is he faking it or is he being genuine?
No, he loves this shit.
He does, right?
This
Like,
is rich guy shit.
You know what? They probably come there because of him.
Definitely.
Like Amanda wants to go because it's like chill and pretty and she can get a little drunk.
Yeah, definitely. But he's like, no, this is the place we got to go. It's the cool place.
I bet Amanda tries to like get a couple in them a little quicker so she can get less of this fucking blabbering about the oils.
Makes Daniel drive.
Totally.
They're tailgating outside.
They're sitting in the parking lot getting hammered.
Yeah.
They've never, ever driven home from there.
Yeah.
They always Uber and come back for the car.
Yep.
Let's see. Amanda insists to Chozen that he's going to love Winnie because she's into nature and balance and all that crunchy stuff. I don't like how generic Amanda is being with.
I agree.
Oh,
is Chozen really into that stuff?
I think that.
I mean, I know that those might be hallmarks of Miyagi-Do.
Right.
But that's not really who Chozen has shown himself to be.
Yeah, he's not as Miyagi-y as Daniel is as far as the shit he's into.
Yeah,
sure, he
yeah.
loves to garden, but he also loves reality shows. I don't
That's
know where
true.
Miyagi was on that.
Yeah. I don't think he got into them, but they didn't exist. I don't
Right.
think Mr. Miyagi really watched TV.
Right, I agree with that, yeah.
Listen to the radio, I bet.
Yeah, an old radio.
An old radio.
Daniel suggests that Chozen refrain from discussing storage wars. And Chozen looks like, well, that was the thing I was going to talk about, Daniel. So I guess fuck me, jeez.
Yeah. Hey, I'm going to set you up on a date. Don't be yourself.
Totally.
All right.
100%.
I don't know how to do that.
Winnie Taylor comes floating over towards the table, embracing Amanda.
She is floating.
She's floating, yeah. Because she's got like a bag and a big flowy dress and
Yeah.
all the things on her wrists.
Mm-hmm.
Gives Amanda a big hug as she passes and then dishes out another one to Daniel.
I mean, I would bet most people that watch Cobra Kai popped for this, though, that it was Elizabeth Berkley.
Oh, it's a great. Oh, yeah. I
know?
guess I haven't even given any points to the stunt casting.
Yeah.
It's pretty nice. I mean, I like anyone from Saved by the Bell also.
Me too. Yeah.
Amanda introduces Winnie to Chozen, and Winnie starts telling Chozen what his own name means. That's not a great start.
Do you think she looked it up?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it also seems racist on a certain level. I mean,
like it
in
would
today's world where a lot of things are racist.
Yeah, it seems like it is, but the way she says it, it doesn't come off that way.
Yeah,
but it's a little
condescending.
Yeah, it's condescending. That's what it is.
But if I met someone and I was like, "Hey, I'm Jeremy," and they're like, "Did you know your name means fucking sweet dude?" I'm like, "Yeah, I did know that."
Jeremy means sweet dude.
No, it actually means one who is exalted by God.
That's pretty good, I guess.
Pretty good.
Because God's number one, and he exalts you.
He was like, "This guy is fucking cool."
I'm pretty sure mine...
Then I would be like, "Well, that's dope."
Yeah, mine means he who is like God.
Bones it out, bro.
So, both pretty good.
I mean, a couple warriors of God over here.
Yeah. My Archangel of Fire, Michael, come on.
Yeah, so like...
Don't let me come on now.
Mm-hmm. So basically, we're both the next pope.
Yep.
You know?
We're putting our...
We're throwing our gigantic hats into the ring.
Hold on. Whoa!
There's never been an American pope. Is there allowed to be? Probably not. It's a land of heathens.
Yeah, I wouldn't let any of these dirty Americans in there. I don't even believe in that nonsense.
See that Trumpy wore the fucking blue suit to the funeral?
Look at
Us all look like a bunch of assholes.
Yeah, come on, man.
Every minute of the day. I'm sorry, guys.
And you ever tried a black suit? It's pretty slimming.
He doesn't want to look too evil. Black suit.
I didn't know that was a concern. That
yeah, I know. I bet if he tried it on, he'd be like, "Oh fuck, I like how."
Oh shit! Wait a minute. Black tie too? Maybe I don't know. Shit.
Yeah, Men in Black style, black shades,
black ties, black tie, same black shoes.
Yep.
All
Black
right.
Kryptonite.
Yeah. Oh well, maybe.
From part 2.
Chozen says he did not know that in a slightly sarcastic tone. That his name.
I did not know that.
I wasn't aware my name meant honesty and integrity. They all sit down and Winnie apologizes for being late. She was at a Reiki treatment. She asked Chozen if he fucks with Reiki. And he very sarcastically says, "I have not."
It is really funny.
Yeah.
He's super funny.
Winnie's
It's a good calibration of his performance.
Yeah, there's a lot of things about his performance that I like. I feel like the actor let it come. He let his he let down the Chozen accent a little, almost like Chozen's doing a sarcastic American accent.
It is kind of like that. Yeah, it does feel that way.
She says, he says, "I have not." Winnie didn't really matter what he was going to say because she says that she should hook him up with Avram. That Chozen must simply try her fucking Reiki treatments.
Oh yeah.
And he goes, "I'm good." And then Daniel's like, "Oh, Chozen, you should give it a try. Give it a shot." Fuck off, Daniel. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me handle the date, bro. I'm cooler than you. So
yeah, way cooler.
So maybe you should chill out.
I mean, Daniel, let's be honest, has pulled some pretty hot chicks.
Nah, Daniel's cool. Daniel's cool,
Yeah.
But Chozen's cool.
I mean, Chozen's cool, yeah. Plus, if he's holding her at bay, then that's where he wants to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't really want to get close, and I don't really want to get into a conversation.
Yeah. It's not fair of Daniel to push this shit on him, especially when we have so much going on. I mean, just let him handle it. But turns out Winnie's a wizard, so
yeah,
it works out.
She is an actual wizard.
Yeah.
She might be the first one with confirmed magical powers in the universe.
What about, oh, wait, what's the explanation for Miss Miyagi's hands?
Chozen said heat massage.
Right.
Yeah. I know.
I don't know.
Hey, what is that green shit?
Oh, the green elixir?
They put Daniel's hand in, and they also put Sensei Kim's hand in.
The ooze.
Yeah, it's like foamy. So that might be
talking about ancient Japanese secret
or magical potion of some sort.
Well, I think ancient Japanese secrets
could be
can be magical,
Merlin,
dude.
Passed down from wizard to wizard.
A wizard's balm.
Well, because Sensei Kim, Master Kim had it, he's from Korea.
Shit.
Yeah, but there could have been some crossover during the war.
Ancient South Asian.
Yeah, maybe there's a tree that grows in all those regions.
Oh, now we're talking
Head
magical trees.
Yes.
Oh, those are my favorite kind.
Yep.
Okay, where the hell am I in my notes? You know what I mean, dudes?
Awkward date, I think.
Yeah,
we're mid awkward date.
Yep, Chozen says.
Also, I mean, they didn't really mention this, probably because everyone in this show is unbelievably attractive, but pretty good setup for a date.
Yeah.
When Berkeley shows up.
Yeah.
Like, oh
dude.
shit. Okay.
Yeah, she is tremendously beautiful.
Yeah.
And Chozen's a pretty fucking handsome guy.
Yeah, he's a great looking guy. Yeah.
Everyone at that table is beautiful.
Yes, everyone in the show is attractive.
Yeah, everyone on TV is usually attractive.
Yeah.
It's kind of the way she goes. Chozen politely says, "I'm good," and Daniel gets up his ass Chozen says, Daniel, in Okinawa, we have saying, Reiki is bullshit.
Yeah.
He says it in Japanese before he
does.
translates.
Yeah, sick burn, dude.
Dude, that's exactly what my notes say. Sick burn, huge pop from me.
Yeah.
Winnie shakes her head slightly. Not like she's mad, but almost like she feels bad for Chozen that he's so closed off right now. Perhaps she can already tell that he's in pain.
She saw his pain.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wrote that in there to see
Completely.
how you felt about it. Yeah.
Yep.
Amanda changes the subject to keep the conversation rolling and brings up how their daughters are soon off to college. Winnie starts telling Amanda all about how she's worried because she missed her other daughter so much when she left. And Amanda's like, "Wait, what?
How
You
old
miss
is
your
the other
daughters?"
daughter, you think?
I think she's only like a year or two."
That's the spinoff they're going to do.
Sage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows what she probably lives in Paris.
Yeah, she went to Pitzer. I don't know what that is, and I wrote it in my notes, but I don't even know if what I wrote is actually what she said. Is that that's a college, obviously?
Pitzer? Yeah, sounds like one. I
Yeah.
can look it up.
You could. I don't. Yeah, just to see where she ended up. I'll continue on. Winnie tells Amanda with absolute seriousness, "No one prepares you for how emotionally devastating it is when your first child leaves the nest.
Yeah.
My biorhythm still hasn't recovered. Even weekly sound baths, crystal healing." Chozen interrupts. That is because crystals are also bullshit.
Are crystals bullshit? I would like to think that they weren't. That'd be awesome if they weren't.
There's lots of
they
things
did magic powers.
that I would like to think
Are
aren't
chakras
bullshit.
real?
No.
Maybe.
I don't know. Well, I
think
kind of
thought
go.
has a powerful
Yeah.
effect on the mind in the body.
Yeah.
Thought has a powerful effect on the mind. Yeah, cool.
Great stuff, bud.
Thank you. I'm a great
Revolutionary
podcaster. I'm an
fucking
excellent
stuff.
fucking philosophizer. Pitzer College, Claremont, California.
How do you spell it?
Pitzer.
Got it, guys. I spelled it right.
Claremont, California.
Claremont, California.
Yeah. Don't they live in
Yeah.
also California?
Also California. They
So,
went
like-
up northern more than California here.
So that's interesting.
right?
This lady's daughter went to like 4 towns over.
And their daughter's going to fucking Okinawa.
Yikes! I would send Chozen back to Okinawa to keep track of her.
Yeah, but Chozen went to South Korea.
You're right. He's a globetrotter.
Yeah. We never call Chozen by his real name. I realized when I was doing my notes.
What are you talking about?
The actor's name.
What is it?
I know it because that's what Yuji Okamoto.
Oh, that's
Okamoto.
that's an awesome name. We don't usually talk about the real names of anybody, do we?
Sometimes maybe
you're
Billy.
right, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the kids.
Mm.
All right, so where the hell am I? Yeah, so now that Amanda's freaking out, she sent Amanda into a tailspin. So, oh shoot, it's time. We gotta get ready for Eagle Fang Theater, dude.
Oh shoot!
Oh my god!
It's everybody's favorite part of the podcast.
Hold on. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back after the.
Eagle Fang Theater.
Eagle Fang Theater.
Double Eagle Fang Theater. That's too funny.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay. I'm playing Johnny.
You're playing Johnny. I'm playing Bobby.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, hold
You
on.
got big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Johnny Lawrence, what brings you in, man?
Hey, buddy.
Good to see you. Johnny and Bobby dap it up and hug it out.
Yeah, it's good to see you. Hey, do you have one of those boxes where a guy can tell a stranger everything he's done wrong until he feels better?
Well, confessionals are only in Catholic churches, but you can talk to me. What's going on?
All right. Well, as you know, me and my lady are having a baby.
Yeah, any day now, right?
Yeah. And the thing is, Carmen and I aren't married.
Oh, and you think God is going to have a problem with you bringing a baby into the world unwed.
Keep it down.
Johnny, relax. God's not going to punish you for not being married.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
That's a relief.
Hilarious. Nailed it. Did you
Nailed it.
enjoy our performance?
That was pretty great, I think.
That was good. I've
It's a
been
good
looking.
scene too.
Yeah, it's funny to just you just go as silly as I want to go for
Yep.
that. Yeah. Oh, I got to switch the board.
Okay. I think I like Johnny and Bobby's relationship. It's nice that Johnny has like a friend that he's had for many years.
Yes.
That's important for people.
And that's a good bit of
And the fact that he's such a straight arrow, that's really good for Johnny too.
oh, Bobby?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he knows, all right, I'm fucking something up. I should probably go talk to Bobby.
Yeah.
And even, like...
And it's a nice plot convenience for later when he does a surprise wedding.
Yeah,
or whatever that was.
Yeah, I would say that is 100% a surprise wedding.
Surprise! We're getting married.
Yeah. Okay, so actually we're going to go, because then they get into it a little bit.
Okay, yeah, it gets a
they
little
get
deeper.
into the meat of it.
So we're going to listen to that. On video, you can watch us listen
a few
to
months
it.
back, but I ended up getting tanked and took on 5 ninjas. My buddy got
That's
7
true.
stitches, didn't feel like the right moment. Then I was going to do it after the Saikai Taikai, but after what happened in Barcelona, the kid.
Yeah. We've all seen that.
Everybody saw it.
Yeah.
I just figured we win the tournament and we get more kids in the dojo and I can afford a real house. I was going to propose the day we moved in. I just wanted everything to be perfect.
Listen, that's all totally normal. But let me ask you a question. When's the last time things felt perfect?
Honestly, after I won the All Valley in 83.
It's a long time ago.
Yeah.
The trophy up there with you guys, I felt unstoppable.
Yeah, I remember.
What were the names of those 2 chicks from East Valley you hooked up with that night? They were so hot. They were wild.
My point
Some of them
is,
was a freak.
no, my point is,
That is hilarious.
life's not perfect. We have good days, we have bad ones.
Yeah.
The hope is the good ones win. But if you're waiting around for things to be perfect before taking the next step, your feet are going to get awfully stiff.
Very wise.
Don't sleep on your own happiness, Johnny.
Speaking of
true.
stiff,
Take the leap. Just do it.
Nikes.
That was probably a reference to us when he said stiff, right?
Yeah, it was.
Nice.
Tanya and Lorraine.
Oh, you dirty dog.
You remember.
The dirty dog remembers,
So
dude.
something I was asking is Bobby married?
Good
Don't
question.
really ever talk about it.
He seems like a bit of a batch.
But I think that pastors can get married.
Yeah.
Isn't that like from Seventh Heaven?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pastor Camden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe it depends on the specific religion. There's a lot of
specifics.
very
Subsets.
specific.
A lot of
A lot
little,
of people get real specific about their God.
NWO, Red and Black,
Yeah,
LWO,
exactly right.
BWO.
Yep.
Yeah. There's a lot in there.
There's a lot.
That's a great scene, though. And
Yeah.
I'll say, hey, man, I thought Sensei Ron did great.
I think it was great.
I think he's doing a great job of playing the character that he's playing. This
Yeah,
preacher.
kind of a lame preacher.
Kind of a lame preacher. Yeah.
And I think that William Zabka's a terrific actor.
Yeah.
He makes everything feel
Absolutely.
warm.
Like his delivery after he says the names. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
he's walking backwards. He's cool, man.
Yes.
Johnny is cool.
He is cool.
And William's cool.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. We cut to the binary senseis hooking up their state-of-the-art one of one advanced karate training program, the fully integrated generative haptic technology fight.
Cool. I mean, I'm glad they took the time to think of that.
Yep.
I mean, I would have done it if I was writing this script.
Yeah.
Or I would
it's
have called
good
it like
fun.
karate or something and had that similar thing.
Right. You would have had something come up for the K. That one's tough. Kicking and
integrated.
wait.
K-I?
K-I?
No, I know how to spell. Oh, kick.
Kick. Oh, okay.
Kicking integrated circuitry
Kick.
control.
Kick. Control with a K when
Yeah.
you could have done it for C.
Yep.
All right. I love that. Hawk is securing all kinds of sensors over the laser tag vest that Robbie's wearing.
Yep.
Robbie has special gloves and he's got straps all over him. Robbie asks what it does. They won't just answer. Robbie has to see it to believe it. Now, come with me, true believers. They slide the fight goggles onto Robbie.
Yep.
Miguel morphs into Axel. It's dumb. I hate it. I hate this whole thing. Hawk
He
and
starts
Dimitri.
doing the flossing.
Yeah, yep. Dimitri then sends moves to a headset that Miguel is wearing via a predictive algorithm based on data from Axel's fights. It just doesn't make sense. The lag of Miguel, front roundhouse, getting the moves fast enough to do them in any practical way, I just can't let it into my heart. Magaxel kicks Robbie in the face.
My headcanon is this is a dream
This
that
is
Robbie
a dream.
had.
This is but a dream within a dream. I don't like it. Do you not? Do you love it?
No, I don't love it.
Yeah.
But I don't mind the beats of it, though.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, like he doesn't think he can do good, then they help him, and he still doesn't think he can do good. But then, which actually sucks.
I mean, it's kind of all worth it
but then
for...
Miguel gives him the inspiring speech.
Yeah, it's kind of all worth it just for numbers are for pussies. That's
Yeah.
pretty sweet. And
Yeah.
it's cool how Miguel becomes Johnny.
Yeah.
And that Robbie's into it.
And then at the end, I mean, this has nothing to do with it, but it does get reinforced by that scene. At the end, when you see the baby and Carmen's holding the baby and Johnny kisses the baby, and then he puts his arms around Miguel and Robbie, it's like, wow, now they're a family.
Oh, yeah, they
These
are
guys
definitely a
are
family.
on
yeah.
every level connected.
Yeah, I love the way that they all look each other.
And then
look
this
at
is
each
part
other
of that.
in
They're
Yeah,
brothers. This is some brother shit.
That's true. He had to be, you know, I just had to brother him up.
Yeah.
He had to be like, hey, buddy, did you fucking quit doing karate when I kicked your ass? That is very brotherly.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
We cut to Tory and Sam entering the All Valley Sports Complex or whatever this place is called.
I think that's it.
Yeah. All I know is I see blue mats. And I hope those aren't the blue mats like I was saying earlier.
They are. Well, did they have the fist on them?
Ooh. Because blue mats are pretty common in a
I think blue
gymnasium,
mats are
but-
standard. When I went to elementary school, all the mats were-
Elementary school? Oh my gosh, were you a Frankenstein?
Animated series.
Elementary school? Elementary school?
Yeah, they were all blue until they got the green ones. And the green ones were big and fat.
Green
Like really
ones?
thick, and you could jump off them. We used them for bombardment somehow.
Oh, we only had fat blue ones.
No, we had green ones.
I ain't never seen another.
And that was in the rubber gym, we called it. It was like a new gym with like a rubber
right.
floor.
He was in the special
And
gym.
it smelled weird because it was a brand new rubber floor.
Oh, right. Yeah.
was fun,
that was
though.
a rubber gym in the high school?
No, this elementary school.
Oh. Didn't they have a rubber gym in the high school
I think
too?
they did. Yeah, very popular.
Is
in
that
this
common?
area.
To have a rubber gym and a
I
hardwood
think
gym?
I think in the 90s they were like, let's build a bunch of rubber gyms
For
for soft floors so these millennials don't get hurt. You know what I'm talking
I
about?
remember getting hurt on the damn rubber floors.
But we're playing floor hockey and shit. You don't want to be playing that on the basketball.
no, I think that's
floor.
why you don't want to
Yeah.
be, you know, you want your basketball team to play on a
And
nice
now that I'm
floor.
a janitor at a high school, I know the great lengths you have to go to keep that hard floor looking nice,
Now,
man.
as a janitorial force, do you
Mm-hmm.
get mad if you see someone horsing or mucking about in there?
Well, it's not really my problem, you know. You do what you
because
got to do.
at our high school, you could save yourself a lot of real estate in walking if you cut through the hard gym to get to the
Yeah.
front door or to maybe get a Mountain Dew.
That is true. You know what? I don't think kids could sneak out of the gym at the school I work at because there's always something going on in there every single minute of every day.
Some sort of event.
You'd like go to sneak through and there's like volleyball practice.
Now, where's the karate, Jeremy?
I don't see much karate.
Have you ever seen karate?
No, there's no karate going on. There's a couple,
I don't like that.
there's a lot of weightlifting going on.
All right,
And a lot
pump
of
you up.
running going on.
Run you up. Yep.
So maybe in some ways they're training for karate.
They are karate ready.
Yeah.
They're prepared to be trained.
Yeah.
All right. So Tory jokes that it's badass that they're breaking into the arena to train, and Sam plays along, but then admits that her dad totally owns a dealership, so she has lifetime access.
Which again leads me to believe that this is going on. There, you know, Daniel just said we're using the gym for the Sakai Takai, and they were like, "Yes, sir, Mr. Daniel, sir."
We love that, Daniel. Yes. Because it's
Because
because
it also gives us something to do. That's
Daniel's
great. We're a
a
karate council.
yeah,
So.
and he's a 2-time former champion and a former board member.
Yeah.
So
And like the #1 donor.
and he owns a dealership.
Yeah.
So Sam and Tory reminisce about fighting each other in this gym and how they really hated each other back then. Tory jokes that Sam better still fight like she hates her if she's got any chance of taking her down. Sam says, "Is that so?" And they pop their bags down and they prepare to get at it.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna mix it up.
They seem
Girls' night.
I love their energy.
Yes. Competitive, but caring.
Competitive, and now we're getting playful, which we never got to add.
That
'cause
is
shit
true.
was so serious.
And because they're not. I think Tori's still not being competitive right now. She is gonna fight her to help her train.
Yes. But by the end, they're playing fucking karate slap ass in there, chasing each other around,
Yeah.
which is actually what the boys are doing too. Once Miguel and Robbie achieve what they're trying to do,
Yeah.
they play the karate slap ass. At the end of the episode, Dimitri and Hawk are hanging out in the dojo playing karate slap
That's true.
ass.
Yeah. That's how you know peace is in the dojo.
Slap ass?
Yeah, because we don't have to fight for, hate anymore. We can just do our karate at each other.
Yeah. And if we're not even fighting for point right now,
Yeah.
I fight for slap ass.
Yeah.
We cut back to the vineyard. Daniel and Amanda are standing at the bar with almost empty drinks. Daniel's wondering what they're going to do about Chozen and Winnie, but Amanda is only thinking about her precious Sam and how she's going to leave her.
Who cares what you do about Winnie and Chozen? Just let them do their thing.
Yep.
You don't have to intervene at all.
That's like, Daniel's like, all right, he's like, fucking.
It's like, even if you set this up because I think it'd be good for him or to get out of the house, like, why do you care if they, get together? Like, you're like, I didn't, wasn't a love match.
Wasn't a love match.
I guess we're just going to, that was nice, whatever.
We all went out and we had a good time.
Yeah, stop being a, little bitch, really.
Yeah, well, Daniel,
get out my business, dude.
Get out of my business.
Yeah.
But Amanda pulls Daniel down into the, hey, man, our fucking daughter's
She's spiraling.
And
drunk.
And drunk, yep. She's like, our daughter is going to move away. Our sweet Sam wants to move across the world, and then they'll never hear from her. And Daniel's like, yeah, don't worry about it, Amanda. She's still going to call us on the phone.
That's not what Amanda thinks.
When we're awake, she'll be asleep, and when she's awake, we'll be asleep. And you know how she loves to sleep in. It'd be a miracle if we ever picks up the phone again.
That's a good joke.
It is a good joke. I loved it. Amanda does great.
Yeah.
I love the part when Amanda goes, I can drive.
Yeah.
No, I can't.
I know. It's really funny. I think Sam will definitely call them because she needs money.
Yeah. If you want to
and
slow
also,
down.
how do I make ramen,
Yeah.
You're always going to be calling your mom.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah, how long, what's the temperature that a chicken needs to get to?
Yeah, exactly.
Things like
Moms
that.
know a lot of stuff that you need to know, especially right when you move out.
All the stuff I can and can't put in the microwave.
Yeah, what's the deal with laundry?
Yeah, how does that work? When
how does that whole thing
work? Who do I
work?
give it to?
Yeah.
when I get there. Let's see. We cut across the yard to Chozen and Winnie sitting awkwardly at the table. To be fair, Chozen is being awkward. Winnie does not look uncomfortable in the least. She is cool as a cucumber, this lady.
Yep.
She's very chill.
Definitely.
Winnie produces some tarot cards from the depths of her bag and offers to give Chozen a reading.
I would love to get my tarot cards read.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's cool.
That's kind of ideal. You're just chilling out with this lady, and
Yeah.
if you did want one, you're like, finally, this is what I've been waiting for.
Exactly. I think that's how I expect it to happen.
But Chozen, not so much.
A random trader will appear.
Yeah. Only thing more foolish than crystals is tarot cards. Winnie's not annoyed, but she's curiously aggravated by him. That's how I interpreted her reaction.
Yeah.
She asks, was there any part of you that was looking forward to this date? And then
Because she can read him really well.
Totally.
Yeah.
She's like, I know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're just like, first of all, you're just feeling a little grouchy, and you're kind of feeling like being a little bitch.
I think your notes have 10% battery,
Oh,
dude.
holy-
You got to activate low power mode,
How
bro.
come I'm not?
Scotty,
How come I'm not
charging?
charging?
You got to add a separate cable that plugs into the white thing. Yeah.
What do you mean?
There's a lot of stuff going on
no.
here.
This one?
Yep. I believe it's a USB-C.
Oh, is that what this is?
Yes.
Hey!
Is it charging?
Yeah, I got the lightning bolt.
All right.
Wow, guys.
Crisis averted. Thanks for sticking with us, everybody.
Yikes, dude,
Jesus.
that was close. These notes are an important part of this.
They are. I'm sure you're all reading along.
When I
on
put
the
them
video.
up sometimes and then I take them away.
I love it. This
Yeah.
is fun.
It's just something to keep it moving.
Yeah.
Who knows if this will even end up on YouTube? It's a difficult
A lot
world.
of times we record videos and they don't go up on YouTube for
There's-
either a user mistake or YouTube being a little bitch. I'll say it
Yep.
again.
Or
pardon my
fucking-
French.
We try to record in too many frames. So it comes out
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. Not great.
But we're here. Some people have asked for
It's
this.
true. Believe it or not.
Believe it or not. Now I lost my place.
All right. Find him in your notes.
Find him in my notes. Chozen is delightfully surprised by this reference. Oh, no. Sorry. I skipped an important part.
Yeah.
He spills
Yup.
it. Yeah.
I don't even know. I just know it from this.
Yep.
It's just like the Game of Thrones. I'm like, I don't
Damn
watch
White
this-
Walkers, dude.
I don't watch the same shows as the guys who write the show. I watch this show, but
This is how you learn about Game of Thrones and Sam Tarley and all that stuff.
yeah.
Don't worry, guys. Game of Thrones is next. I said, because technically Jeremy made up this show.
Technically, I did.
Woo, baby.
Game of Thorns coming at you.
Although it's not really the same because I also liked it when you showed it to me.
Right.
That might not happen if Jeremy saw Game of Thrones. Almost definitely
I don't
would.
know. It just seems like who gives a shit anymore?
And I wouldn't even want to dissect it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of too much to dissect.
Too much? We'll have to read all the books.
Yeah, dude, if you really even want to get in there. Chozen tells Winnie, I'm sorry, I just received a letter with sad news. Daniel and Amanda did not want to leave me alone, so instead of binging Storage Wars, they insisted I come here, drink wine, and meet stranger. It is not your fault.
That's really nice.
Yeah. And then when he's very cool, she says, I'm really sorry you're having a bad day. And while I appreciate them trying to set us up, there are worse afternoons than watching Daryl Sheets overpay for a box of used vacuum cleaner filters.
Oh, my God.
You like Storage Wars? Yep.
Yup. Is that what that guy says, I guess?
Yeah. He goes, yep. And he puts the fingers up.
So when Chozen goes, yep, was he attempting to do the yup?
Yeah,
but
he was.
Said it wrong?
No, he did it. Yeah.
They said yep in the the words on the screen.
Yeah, the words on the screen were wrong.
Whatever you call that.
Subtitles.
But it said yup on the words on the screen when she said it.
Listen, Jeremy, don't get all over Chozen because of his accent, man. That's
no, I'm
pretty not cool.
I'm not. I'm just saying that's what the subtitles told me, and the subtitles are official from Netflix. Or they're not.
No, they're not, sir. That's from other places.
Oh, never mind.
Other less reputable
Never
sources.
mind.
Nah. They start bonding over all the reality shows. 90 Day Fiancé, Floribama Shore, Too Hot to Handle, Love After Lockup, Vanderpump Rules. I don't like any of those ones.
No, but if I was set up on a date with a pretty lady like Elizabeth Berkley, and then she named all the shows I like, I probably wouldn't be able to tell that I wasn't in love with her.
If Jeremy, you met her, and then you'd be like, if she was like, oh, Star Trek, and Star Trek Voyager, and Star Trek Enterprise, and
then I'd be like, yes, exactly. Now I'm marrying Elizabeth Berkley.
that's what's happening. Elizabeth Berkley Bennett or something. She had another name at the end.
Yeah, you're
but
right.
I don't know about
I
it.
guess she's already married.
I'm not up to date on which Saved by the Bell cast members are married or who have changed
True.
their names.
I agree with you.
Okay, cut to Johnny at his.
This is so random.
Okay,
So
let
this
it
might
fly,
only make
brother.
sense to. You remember that song? What was it? Edie Breckel.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've been listening to that song because
I am's what I am's or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I am. So then I saw that she's related. I think I saw that she was married to Paul Simon.
Jeez,
I was like, Jesus Christ,
that's a good musical couple.
Yeah, right.
Damn.
Crazy. Go listen to that song. I am's what I am. So
I am's what.
Also,
know what you
Popeye does a cover.
Yeah, they'll know what you mean. Yeah, I was gonna try to sing her song as Popeye.
Do it.
But I don't know the words. I don't know the words off the top of my head.
totally.
I'm too nervous.
Yeah.
I want to, before I go to the next scene, I really like how Chozen, now that they've bonded, he says, okay, deal me in, which is a funny thing to say to
Yes.
someone doing tarot cards.
Yes.
Very playful. We cut to Johnny on his trusty laptop trying to figure out how to propose. He Googles best proposal ideas ever. And then we get a montage.
Johnny's grown as a person. He knows how to use Google. He's really good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you get a lot of Johnny classic. He steals a guy's flowers.
Mm-hmm.
He takes a cooking class and he fucks it up and he tries to steal the other guy's dish.
Yep. That's true.
He tries on his tuxedo shirt because he thinks maybe that's what he should wear.
Yep.
But then he decides to get fitted for a suit.
That's a smart idea.
Yeah.
He looked like an idiot in that tuxedo
He
shirt,
sure did.
as does every single person who wears a tuxedo shirt.
And then he looks so good when he finally gets in his suit.
And it made me think, like, while I'm watching that, I'm like, we should get tailored suits. Everybody should have a tailored suit,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It's a
Just
good look.
At least one.
It's a strong look.
Yeah.
The dude nearly touches his junk, and Johnny goes into fighting position, which was very funny.
Very funny. Classic Johnny.
Johnny spits out his food onto another person's plate.
Did not like that.
He
but-
tears up. Yeah, that was gross. It was the damn truffles that got him.
Yep.
He tears up roses. He puts them everywhere. He dumps out a Pepsi bottle so he can put more flowers in it.
He chugs a RC Cola
RC
2
Cola,
liter
yeah.
so that he can put the flowers in it.
Dude, he chugged the whole 2 liter.
Yeah.
I think he did. Yeah,
I think he did.
He finishes getting fitted for the suit, and he looks amazing. And then he hugged the guy, and I love that.
Yes.
That's so much
because
growth.
When he touched his dick, it was kind of a slightly homophobic response.
Yep.
But then he hugged him because I'm not homophobic. You just startled me.
You just scared
I'm not used to this.
When someone touches, like, he probably grazed his sack or something, and he just had to
flash back
Whoa.
to his modeling days.
You're right, dude. I bet that's what it was.
Right?
I think you got it. So Then we cut over to Miyagi-Do, and the boys are playing with their stupid toys. Robbie's getting his ass kicked by a voice-operated Magaxel.
Would it have... No, this obviously would have been more ridiculous, but like a Urkelbot comes out, like an Axelbot.
No, Axelbot 6000?
Yeah. Would that have been better or worse?
I think it would have been better. Because they could put the computer that does the moves in the head of the robot.
Yeah.
And now all I have, my biggest leap of logic is
that they built a robot.
How'd they build a robot?
But people at MIT, that go to MIT, build robots.
Right. And I would assume these kids have built a robot.
Yeah, and you could hire a guy that moves like a robot to go be the robot.
Because it's really, I guess at the end of the day, it's really just the Miguel doing the moves that really bothers me.
Yeah.
And I don't really like how Robbie sees like the visual representation of Axel. He's a different height. It just all doesn't.
It's true. That
strikes would come from a different angle. So
yeah,
what have you learned?
His limbs are shorter.
So now
you're right. That's completely ridiculous.
And so now we have to add in all these other parts of percentages where it's not so accurate because of the size differences. And at the end of the day, do we even have reliable data?
It's true.
Come on, man.
You're right. Did we hook nodes up to Axel while he was doing his karate?
Right. Did he get
or
noded?
do we just eyeball it and try to
that seems code? Like, oh, well, he seems like he's, I don't know, 6.
Plus, we know that sometimes these guys fuck up. There was some other thing they tried to do where Dimitri put the decimal in the wrong place.
Well, yeah. And neither of them are actually confident about the other guy's stuff. That's what happens here, right? They start.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They're picking at each other.
They get into the jargon.
Your techno babble.
So Dimitri says, Robbie's odds are dropping faster than a quantum particle in a gravitational field. Hawk checks the readings and confirms the data. It's quantum particles in a gravitational field. Bad. Dimitri asks Hawk if he perhaps overcalibrated the predictive algorithm. And Hawk is simply stupefied by such an egregious show of incredulity on the meat man's part. Are you asking whether I know how to design an AI battle module? How fucking dare you, good sir? Hawk counters that perhaps Dimitri's VR overlay has some lag.
Definitely does have some lag.
Definitely has lag. Dimitri's equally aggrieved by such a ludicrous assertion. Robbie asks how he's doing, and the bros try to backpedal, saying maybe they rushed the prototype, but Robbie stomps over and looks at the screen. 4%.
That's not good.
No, and then Robbie says, that's not the problem.
It would have been better if we had just done some regular training. Or like maybe some Johnny training, throw him in a cement truck or something.
I think you could have just had them sitting there with all their doodads and their computers, and they'd be relaying information, and they'd have nodes attached to them, and that's it.
Yeah.
No three-dimensional nonsense, no holodeck in my brain.
Yeah, I agree. Okay.
They made me so mad.
This sucks.
Yeah, they made me so mad I got equally verbose.
Mm-hmm.
I had no choice. Let's see. We're cutting over to Tory and Sam training hard in the arena. Both ladies are looking great and at karate.
Listen, guys, relax.
Creeps. And Sam is able to score a point with a Sam classic rolling takedown. Gives her the old scissor slam.
That's the sexy move she gave to Miguel on their first date. Am I right?
Yep.
So
that's her move.
I'm shipping Tory and Sam now.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Why not?
Get rid of these stinky boys, dude.
Yeah, come on.
Enough of these idiots. Let them play with their foolish toys.
Let them play the Segas.
Yeah, let them have all their Segas and their 32Xs. Sam says that it feels right being back on the mat. And Tori's like, yeah, I know what you're doing.
You can't trick me.
Stop trying to fucking get me to rejoin the tournament. Give it a rest.
Yeah.
Why don't you give it a rest, LaRusso?
Relax.
Gosh.
Cobra Kai ruined your life.
Yep. Sam keeps pushing and asks Tori to help her understand why she doesn't want to fight. And Tori says, because every time I put on that gi, it destroys everything that matters to me. I get caught up in Kreese's messed up plans. I ruin my relationships with my friends.
My
and Robbie,
brother evaporated from reality.
He's gone. He
When
got
Kreese
Thanos. Yeah, he got Kreeseosed. I'm not doing any of that ever again.
I hope Kreese kidnapped him and deposited him in some secret Cobra Kai dojo. He's going to be raised a cobra.
Oh, a dark cobra.
A dark cobra.
And Kreese also forgot he existed, so he never saved him.
That's right.
Maybe Terry did it, and then he got blown up.
Yeah, Terry did it.
Then he got blowed up.
Who's still alive? No, Dennis actually got away.
He jumped. Whoa! He jumped off the boat.
Yeah.
Let's see. We cut to Johnny in the apartment waiting for Carmen to come home. He's wearing his suit. He has 3 musicians ready. He's got dinner on the table. The door opens, and Johnny cues the ladies to start playing, but it's Ya-Ya.
Oh, boy.
Classic. That's classic. That's
is
classic TV right there.
That's everything, yeah.
Johnny says, false alarm girls, take 5. Don't go far.
So you got like a quartet, huh?
Yeah, well,
A-
it's 3 of them, but
well, what do you call that?
a triplet?
A trio?
A trio. That is what you call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go with that.
A string
It's a
trio?
trios. They're a string trios match. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yaya looks around the room and sees everything Johnny has done, and she's blown away. She loves it. She loves
Balloons, flowers.
balloons. Yep.
Tuxedo, suit, tailored suit.
Tailored suit.
Music.
Yep. Let's
Pretty
see.
good.
Johnny explains that he took a cooking class, but there was a mishap with the truffles, sort of a you break it, you bought it type situation.
So is he serving the truffle meal the other guy made that he spit on, or the one he grabbed, or the
you
one
make
he
it,
made?
Yeah, you make it again when you go home.
Oh, okay.
You don't take home the food that you made there.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah. But because he fucked up the truffle during cooking class,
Yeah.
he had to take the whole thing
Right.
because he fucked it up for everyone.
You like truffle?
No.
You ever had it?
No.
Me neither.
But I know that it's a very specific taste,
Okay, yeah.
and it's supposed to be used sparingly.
And it's like, how did they get this? Pig
Yeah,
dug it
it's
up?
like a super shroom, right?
A pig dug it up?
Yeah. Some sort of mushroom. A fungus.
Yes.
Johnny tells Yaya that he wants to bring the baby into the world with a couple that's in it for the long haul, and closes with, but more than anything, I really want to marry your daughter.
That's nice. That's nice.
That is nice. Oh, in the little moment where Johnny's like, yeah, the truffles aren't bad, but with the champagne, it's better. And she's like, no champagne. Carmen's pregnant. He's like, oh, shit, I'm so stupid.
like wicked pregnant.
Yeah, very pregnant.
Yeah.
Johnny tells Yaya that the ring that he just showed her was his mom's. Stopped by Sid's today, and he agreed to give it to me. He's still an asshole, but I guess he's getting soft in his old age.
That's really nice.
Yeah, I like that even though Ed Asner passed away.
Yeah.
The character is still alive.
Yeah, I like
That's
it too.
nice. I feel like a lot of times people die and you feel obligated to kill the fictional
Yeah,
character.
and he's not being an asshole today.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
That is nice. That was the thing. There wasn't a lot of conflict,
Yeah.
but at the end we're like, well, this one is just nice.
Everyone's being nice
It's
and
just
nice,
nice.
things are happening,
Yeah.
which is great because a kid just died.
A kid did
They
just
flipped
die.
him over like a pancake,
Yeah.
you know?
Yaya ushers Johnny in for a hug, and she playfully shakes him back and forth as she squeezes him. I think that was really nice. I think Johnny needed that hug more than even he knew.
Yes.
Because he hasn't gotten a hug from his mom in a long time.
Oh my God.
This
you're
is the first
right.
hug from a mom. I mean, Carmen's technically mom, but it's not the same thing.
It's not the same.
Someone that can be his mom. He has a mom now. Johnny have mom.
Johnny have mom. They're a nice little family now.
They are a nice
Beautiful.
little family, yeah. All right, let's see. They get the call that her water broke.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
They gotta get out of there. I love Yaya's little. She gets nervous and she
Oh,
goes.
no!
She goes for the door and she's like, "Wait, we're not leaving. We need more stuff." And,
Yes.
Johnny is thoughtful enough to blow out the candles. I know it's a little thing.
It is nice. What if the house burned down?
What if the house burned
You
down?
know? So did they bring the balloons and stuff?
No, there wasn't any of the decorations.
The accoutrement?
There. Yeah,
Interesting.
I guess because he wanted to go in and ask her first.
That makes sense. I would have asked the quartet if they could grab some of the flowers.
Yeah,
and
the
stuff.
trios.
Sorry. Well, I would have hired a fourth person.
Yeah. I just called them musicians.
Did he use that money that he's been saving for the house to pay for that?
Yeah, that couldn't have been cheap. Unless he Johnny'd him.
Yeah, you're
He
right.
used his mix of abrasive attitude and charmingness to
Well, where did he find them?
that I don't know.
He went down to the music hall.
Yeah, probably went to the first building he saw that had music jargon anywhere near it.
A music note on the outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they rush off, and now we cut to Winnie reading the tarot cards for Chozen.
okay.
We'll play that.
We will draw a card for your past, your present, and then your future.
My past is very complicated. Cards will not understand.
Attempted murder.
Reversed hermit. A severe loneliness. You set forth with noble intentions, but your path is challenged by life or death danger.
Okay, so when she says that one, which one is that? Because the other two things are very easy to put them on what they really mean.
You set forth with noble intentions.
But it became a life or death situation. Is that the Karate Kid 2?
It can't be.
And I only
Because
thought
he
that...
did not have noble intentions.
I know, that agreed.
He was there to like shit all over Mr. Miyagi.
So it was when they went to Terry's house.
Yeah.
And they went there with noble intentions, but then he got sliz-iced.
Right, because Terry was evil, so let's go whip his ass.
Okay, all right. So it was like not that long ago it passed. Yeah,
Right.
because he had no noble intentions. He was a little punk ass. in
Yeah.
Karate Kid 2.
True. And then he lived a lonely time.
Yeah.
Usually of your own making.
What does next one say?
Oh. Death card.
I understand. It is a metaphorical death of old self to prepare for rebirth into
pause
new
it?
life that lies ahead, huh?
I love that because everybody knows that.
Yeah.
You know, and you didn't want to have to sit through them explaining that because, like, I feel like everything with a tarot card tells you that
Yeah, this was a good
inversion.
a good flip on it.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
This is when she proves that she can fucking tell the future.
Yeah.
No, literally it means that someone you know is gonna die.
Crease.
Like, very soon.
Crease.
Maybe even more than one person.
Terry Silver.
I like my interpretation better.
But also,
The
he does
Empress.
kind of get a new life.
This is my future?
Yep.
This card tells me that the journey you've been on will soon end. And someone who matches your strength and resolve will be waiting on the other side.
Waiting for what?
Someone
That
with
is
a
up to
very
you.
long braid.
A partnership?
Someone
Maybe
you
something
had
more.
sex on the beach with.
A love
But you also choked her. That's kind of your thing.
Kumiko didn't like it.
She wasn't into it. You just have to find a chick that's into it. That's kind of the whole thing.
There is. But we are from different worlds.
She's a
It's
karate
not
sensei. I'm a
possible.
karate sensei.
I live in
only
America
thing
/
that is not
Okinawa. She
possible,
lives in South
Chozen.
Korea.
It's the journey which you do not take.
I like that.
Yep.
The dinner is ready when the table is set.
The road, the path you take,
Thank
the path
you,
untaken.
son.
The choice is up to you, my friend.
Kari?
Gotti.
Howdy.
Nice.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Earned
I
it.
Like it.
They worked you into a point where you're like, I accept this. This is great.
Yeah, it totally turned me around. I was like, I don't like this. This is a waste of the episode.
Yeah.
This is so.
Yep. Beautiful.
Yeah, we cut to Robbie
And
pacing.
good for Chozen to get a little peace. You know, now we know that, like, okay, he dealt with it a little bit. He's settled in his heart, and maybe there's something else on the horizon.
And you know, I don't like thinking about sad Chozen, so I'm, a part of me is like, well, you really are over that love thing for Kumiko, like,
Yeah.
But I'm into it because I'm from team fucking
Yeah.
Sensei Kim anyways.
It was
so-
unrequited love to begin with.
The whole
and
time.
unrequited love is easier to take a definitive ending at.
That's true.
You know?
Yeah, because you never
The guy
felt
really,
it.
really didn't have anything.
You had nothing, but
Yeah.
but what you had in your head.
Yes.
Yep. Cut to Robbie pacing around in the Miyagi-Do dojo proper, the inside, trying to get away from the fucking nerd brigade.
Mm-hmm.
Miguel enters to check in on him, and Miguel asks what it's like fighting with that contraption on. It's pretty realistic.
It sucks and it's stupid.
Yeah.
Thanks for asking.
It doesn't matter what the numbers say, okay? You could beat Axel. No, I know I'm a good fighter, but clearly I'm not the best. The numbers prove it. Screw the numbers. And then he's like, no, I gave everything I had last time, Miguel. I didn't make a difference. So what? You going to give up just because Axel scored a couple of hits and you didn't? What about our first All Valley when I beat you? How come you didn't give up then?
You're right. I'm going to kick Axel off the roof.
Okay, but Robbie, I'm not done yet. Because you knew how hard you worked. You weren't going to give up fighting just because it wasn't easy. Robbie, shut up. Okay, so...
No, I'm totally motivated.
Shut up!
Let's go. Let's go get him.
I haven't got to the best part, Robbie.
All right.
Okay, so forget the computer. Hey,
Okay.
whoa, numbers of pussies.
Yeah, but you had me at numbers for
He's
pussies.
like, you got me, dude. I'm with you, bro.
Yeah.
I'm totally cool. We're good to
Totally.
leave the dojo now and go back with the guys.
No.
No, we gotta hug it out, man.
Yep.
And they both get very excited.
Yeah. Who are we?
Miguel and Robbie.
Diaz Lawrence.
Yeah, the Lawrence boys.
Yeah.
So then we cut to Tory sitting alone in the stands of the All Valley, and Sam,
Soaking it all in.
Yeah.
Soaking in the atmosphere.
And now Sam has gotta get in there and seal the deal.
Yep. Just like your dad.
Mind if I sit? It's your arena.
Never trust a salesman.
I'm sorry for pushing. And I wasn't appreciating how hard all this is for you.
I was finally on a good track. And then my mom died and my whole world blew up. I thought going back to Cobra Kai was my only option. But all it did was ruin every relationship I've ever cared about. And I'm lucky Robbie and I are even talking. If I go back to Cobra Kai, I know it'll be the thing that ends us for good. You wouldn't understand.
I don't think it would.
Yeah.
Wouldn't end them for good.
Miguel
Robbie
thinks I'm
doesn't
going
care.
to UCLA, but the truth is I might be going somewhere a lot further than that.
Where?
There's this year-long program in Okinawa. I haven't been accepted yet, so it's not final or anything, but
It's cool that they can talk like this.
Yes.
I grew up hearing my dad's stories, and Mr. Miyagi was basically my grandfather.
That's cool to
Just
hear
always
too.
Really
Yeah.
wanted to go. But I don't know how to tell Miguel.
Just don't do what I did. Keeping secrets from the people you love will only hurt them worse.
Damn, dude.
When you make your decision, just be honest.
That's true on TV shows, big time. If everyone
don't
could do
figure it
that,
Yes, there would be no shows.
yeah, there'd be no shows.
Every
Advice?
show would be like this episode.
That's true. All robotics.
So here's mine. Nobody's gonna think badly of you for finishing this fight. You might not have gone back to Cobra Kai in the best headspace, but you're not gonna lose your friends. Or Robbie. I can promise you that we have your back. No matter what logo's on it.
Good shit.
Plus,
Sam.
I was kind of looking forward to seeing how hard you could kick Zara in the face.
Knock her damn teeth out.
Is that like an I'm back in the tournament laugh?
Wow, really pressuring her at the end of this conversation.
Don't just sit there. Got a fight to train for.
Yes, Sensei?
Oh, that's going in Jeremy's fan fiction.
Oh
Wow.
boy. Oh boy.
Oh, boy. That was lovely.
It was lovely, yeah.
She got her.
Yeah, she reeled her in.
I mean,
So was that a yes, you're joining the tournament laugh or what? You're like, wow, that's a really high pressure tactic to,
goddamn
You
salesman.
just let that
You're
moment
right.
sit there.
Yeah. And then she probably just would have.
But it was such a Sam thing to say, to be honest with you.
Yeah, for her to be like, no, so seriously,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Yeah.
Did I win? Did we win? Did I convince you?
Yeah.
I need to know that I convinced you. Tell me now. I won't fight you anymore.
And so it's funny because like we know what happens at the end. Sam drops out of the tournament.
Yeah,
She doesn't even care.
No.
She wanted Tory to win the tournament the whole time.
And that's why she probably wants her back in the tournament so bad.
Yeah.
Once Sam gets over her bullshit of like all her judgments that she had for Tory,
Yep.
she becomes so much more empathetic to her.
It's true.
All right, let's see. Where do we go?
It's a good scene. I like that set. Them in
I
that
love
big empty,
them sitting
arena
in
is
the
very cool.
Yeah, the shadows of the bleachers. And
Yeah.
like just the way when she first comes up, mind if I sit? And she's like, "You own the place" or whatever. Like, just so good.
Totally.
Okay. Cut to drunk ass Daniel and Amanda still standing at the bar. Amanda and Daniel have their phones out and they're looking at old pictures of Sam.
So you don't like get cut off at a place like this.
Not if you're the LaRussos.
Yeah.
Yeah, because clearly they're hammered, dude.
Yeah.
And there's like a
Like,
million.
how many bottles of wine do you guys drink?
Yeah. Is there like a million glasses of wine around them?
There is. Yeah, they've been
You're
building
getting all
towers out of
messed up
them.
on white wine.
Yep.
They have their phones out and they're looking through pictures. And Amanda says, "I'm gonna get the baby Gee out of storage when we get home." Daniel jokes. I love the way he says this. Daniel jokes that they could always move. Anthony could learn a new language. We could learn new customs and culture. It's like, should we move to fucking Okinawa?
That's hilarious.
Daniel's interrupted by a very important text message from Johnny. The baby's coming.
Oh, boy.
That's when Amanda says she'll drive, but she can't drive. Daniel yells, "Chozen, come on, we're getting an Uber." And Amanda hits him with a, "My good sir." That's how tanked she is. I really like that. That was very charming.
Yeah, she's funny when she's drunk.
Absolutely. Drunk Amanda rules.
Yeah.
We cut to Miguel and Robbie putting in the work on the battle deck.
Oh, yeah.
Robbie's blocking everything now and even scores point with a double punch. This makes the digital Axel very angry. So that means emotional responses are programmed in. Okay. All right. Well, Hawk and Dimitri are happy with what
What does that mean? His face changes?
Yeah. Like the guy was like, "Oh no, he hit me."
Okay.
How does it know that it? I don't know.
It's reading Miguel's face?
But Miguel's happy. Miguel's like, "Oh, dude,
Oh, it's
you got me."
programmed to be angry.
It's programmed to be angry when it gets hit.
Mhm.
Hawk and Dimitri are happy with what they see as they monitor the fight from their beach chairs, sipping on skinny talls of Red Bull. 42%. He was down to 4. So
not bad.
Dimitri
still not good. You're not going to win.
Yeah, that's not even close to winning. You're going to need at least a 60 to have a chance.
Yeah.
Dimitri suggests that during the winter, he should visit Hawk in Pasadena, and then in the spring, Hawk can come see Dimitri in Cambridge.
Okay.
But then Hawk suggests one better. How about they also do classes at Stanford in the summer so they can see Miguel? They don't say that, but that's obviously why they would do that.
Yes.
So that's nice.
That's nice. Crazy.
Here's a question. Do they already know Miguel got in then, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Has he said that?
I don't think
Has he told
so.
everyone he got into Stanford yet? But
know.
yeah, because we're in the aftermath of not winning the Sakai Takai. So, in him thinking, remember when they were at the dealership in the last episode?
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I don't know what's going on.
That's right. So, yeah, he doesn't know, but they just believe in him.
They do.
Yeah.
I think
they're
his
good friends.
His boys believe in him, yeah.
Loser stable forever.
Robbie moves his goggles, and he and Miguel homie hug it out because they're doing good.
All right.
Miguel couldn't be happier. We cut to ultra pregnant Carmen. She couldn't be more pregnant. She's ready to go. She's talking with the doctor. Johnny charges into the room, only slightly out of breath, but looking like $1 million. He looks so good when he comes in that suit.
It's true.
He's worried he missed it, but Carmen is still very pregnant, and the doctor tells him contractions are about 6 minutes apart, so you got a little time.
It counts if we get married before it's born, then no bastarda.
No bastardo. That's true. Just make it.
Yep.
So then Johnny hits her with his proposal.
Where's the emergency call button on this thing?
Johnny, I'm fine. So much better now that you're here. I'm a little scared.
Yeah?
Oh, what are you wearing?
Oh, yeah. All right, I wanted the circumstances to be different, but there's no time like the present. Carmen, you're the woman of my dreams. You made me a better man. I can't wait to see what a badass mom you're gonna be to our girl. You make me so happy, but there's only one thing that'll make me happier. Carmen Diaz, will you be my wife?
My wife.
My wife. Come on, man. You gotta do it.
You've changed my life completely. And I love
Great
My
proposal.
wife.
Great. Come on, man.
Sorry.
Yes.
Now you're being rude.
1,000 times yes.
It's a good proposal.
Yes. Well, you looked it up.
Yeah. He did the work.
Oh.
The original
I
Johnny
can't wait
song.
to marry
Yeah, that song rules.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you said that.
Guys, it's on.
Bobby's here. We invited all the original Cobras.
Yep.
Jimmy's here.
Yep.
Crease is here.
Whoa,
No,
whoa,
I'm
whoa.
Just kidding.
Jimmy's not here.
Jimmy's not here.
Take my breath away.
Daniel. Stop singing it exactly like the
I know,
recordings.
dude. We're gonna get
popped.
busted. We got Yaya, Miguel, Robbie, Amanda, Daniel, Chozen, and Bobby.
Oh, yes.
And I love...
Are the kids here? Yeah, the kids are here.
The kids are here. Maybe, I don't know, it's up there for my favorite things about this episode is when fucking the Bobby's going by Daniel.
Yes.
And he pats him on
Goes,
the
"Hey,
shoulder.
Bob."
And he goes, hey, man.
Mm.
So warm because he's drunk.
Because
So
he's
like,
drunk, yeah.
hey, man. Like, he's
And-
just so happy to see him. And they probably have a long friendship.
They probably do, but we haven't seen them together yet.
Yeah. But it's like, clearly they know each other the way he said, hey, man. Like, they already,
He was
Bygones
the
is-
one who made Johnny stop murdering him.
Yep.
Well, before Mr. Miyagi made them stop murdering him.
Bygones have been bygones for a long time for those two, I think.
Plus, they're upstanding members of the community. so-
Absolutely. Johnny tells Carmen, I know this probably isn't how you imagine your wedding day. We can do a big celebration at Don Cuco's if you want. Right now, I just want to be your husband. So that's him. That's a Johnny classic, right?
Yeah.
Don Cuco's
yeah.
is Don Corazon's or something like that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
forget what it was. The place they went with Amanda and
When they had the
Daniel.
double date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody who I love is here. Let's do this quickly. Everyone I love is here, including you, for fucking Pastor Bobby. Johnny cues up Bobby with hits him with the let's do this fist.
Yeah,
dude.
the Johnny
That's good
fist.
stuff. Bobby lays down some bars in the name of holy matrimony.
Definitely right.
Dearly beloved, We're gathered here to celebrate the union of two remarkable people who will remain best friends no matter what the future brings. We see Dimitri and Hawk doing the binary bros dance in the Miyagi-Do dojo.
I know it.
Just having
it's
the
big weird blocks.
Yep, it's big
right?
weird blocks.
Big arms.
Yeah. Who will help one another grow into stronger I think I got a typo in there.
Stronger motions.
Yeah, into stronger motivations, it says, but that's not it. Who will choose to set aside their individual differences to forge something beautiful. We see Tory and Sam training hard on the blue mats.
Yes.
Until it dissolves into Sam tackling Tory for some of that slap ass I discussed earlier. Because a marriage is about family, the people we choose to surround ourselves with and whom we support each and every day. We see Johnny looking over at Daniel and Amanda, smiling back at them with joy and love. By choosing to be married, you're committing to this family that you've built for the rest of your days. We see Chozen and then Robbie. Robbie smiles at Miguel. Miguel puts his arm around Robbie's back. They are both smiling and so full of love.
They are family.
Trust, unity, family. And I can say without question, it's a badass family.
Woo!
We see everyone laugh while their eyes are locked on Johnny and Carmen. So, Johnny, do you take blah, 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 blah. They do the
married thing.
They do the married. Now you're married. Now you can smooch on your wife by the powers vested in me by the state of California and the city of Burbank.
And the All Valley Karate Commission.
Yeah. This is a fully karate
They
sanctioned.
signed off on it.
Yep. And then they hit us with some, everyone gets kicked out because now it's time for fucking having babies
It's
now.
baby time. We snuck it in. Buzzer beater.
Buzzer beater. Silent Lucidity by Queensryche. Do you like this song?
Yeah, by the end I did. I was like, what is this? This is an interesting choice.
Yeah, I don't
really know Queensryche.
Me either.
I only know Queen.
I was because I was like, who's this? The Guns N' Roses I had said when we'd watched it? I asked, and then it's like, no, it's not.
I pretty much knew it wasn't Guns N' Roses, although I did kind of expect Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, but it's a Queensryche. I'm not really familiar with their library.
Me neither.
Daniel and Amanda reminisce about the night
Silent Lucidity.
Silent Lucidity. Daniel and Amanda reminisce about the night before Sam was born as they walk arm in arm down the hallway.
I love the way they're walking arm in arm.
Arm in arm. Daniel says he totally freaked out, but as Amanda remembers it, the only reason she didn't go crazy was because Daniel was so calm. They both agree they are happy and wouldn't change a thing.
Wow.
And even though the next phase of their life is full of unknowns, they'll get through that the way they get through everything else together.
That's nice.
Yep. And Amanda says, ride or die, LaRusso.
Like, didn't need to happen in the show. But it did.
Yeah.
And it's true to their characters.
It's beautiful.
And they're good actors.
Yep.
So it's kind of fun to watch.
It feels like they love each other.
Yeah. But filler.
Yeah. They bones it out to seal the deal, which I like.
That's
Ride
cute.
or die, LaRusso. He says forever, and they knuckle.
Yeah, definitely.
The
That's
song
funny.
plays as we watch everyone in the waiting room. Chozen is munching snacks. Miguel is sleepy. Amanda's drinking coffee. Bobby's on his phone, old person style, like holding it up way too. He's like,
yeah.
Oh boy, oh gosh, I got missed text messages. I've been looking at my phone.
Uh-oh, dude, you're gonna get in trouble.
I'm gonna get in trouble. Johnny enters wearing his button-up white shirt with the sleeves rolled up, looking handsome. When I first did my notes here, I wrote, Johnny enters wearing nothing but his button-up white shirt. And I was like, wait a minute.
Well, he's not Winnie the Pooh in it.
That sounds like he's Winnie the Pooh in it. I gotta change that. Chozen is, oh wait, it went back, sorry. Yaya launches up out of her chair when Johnny asks, is anybody ready to meet her? Now we know it's a girl.
Yes.
Carmen introduces everyone.
But didn't we already know because of the gender reveal party?
Now everyone continues to know that it's a girl from what they definitely knew before. Mikey knew that. That was a test. Carmen introduces everyone to baby Laura.
Is that how you pronounce it? Laura.
Yeah.
Yes.
Baby Laura. So they didn't go with Mr. Miyagi.
And rude.
How dare they?
I wish they had named it Baby Cobra Guys.
Baby Cobra Guys,
That's
yep.
a reference to us.
We named her after, sorry, I said called it an it, guys. We named her after Johnny's mother, and she's perfect.
Everyone
Everyone
get her some roller skates.
Do you think that did happen? Do you think there's a chance that
I think it's the old family legend.
Yeah. Well, actually, she strapped on a pair of roller
Because I
skates.
bet she worked at the roller skate. You know, you drive up in your car and she roller skates over and brings you a meal.
Yep.
That's how she met Sid, you know.
Yeah. Can you imagine
When
how
she was working
hard
there.
it would be to stand up on a pair of roller skates when you are as pregnant as possible?
Yeah, that's insane.
Only fucking Lucky Laura could pull it off. Let's see. Johnny leans down to talk to his daughter, tells her, welcome to the valley, Laura. Your brothers and I are going to bring you home a trophy. Because remember, this show's about karate.
Yes,
important to
right.
remember
I
that.
don't
Yeah.
forgot.
Johnny kisses Laura.
That baby's really invested in that trophy, too.
Yeah. This has to be a Karate Kid, unless it's one of those things where there's too much karate, and this girl is like, I hate karate.
I hate it.
But even Sam tried to revolt against karate, and
Yep.
look what happened to her.
Too awesome.
She's a bonsai badass.
Yep.
So Johnny kisses Laura on the forehead, steps back to embrace his beautiful boys, one under each arm. Robbie stares at Johnny with such pride and love. Then he looks at Miguel, and then the brothers look at each other.
I love
just
it.
so much
So
love,
beautiful.
dude. And I love Miguel smiles back at Robbie, and then he leans his head down on Johnny's shoulder. I love when he does that.
Yeah.
He did the same thing when he hugged him at another part. I think it was maybe when they thought Carmen was in trouble.
Oh,
But,
yes.
yeah. We end the episode on a shot of baby Laura, assuredly a future Karate Kid and All Valley champion, Laura Lawrence.
Laura Lawrence.
Yikes.
Might as well meet Superman.
Laura Lawrence. Okay, that's like John Johnston. Laura Lawrence.
Johnny Johnson.
Johnny Johnson.
Yeah.
Man, what'd you think of that?
Had his moments, wasn't great, but I liked it.
I liked it more and more every time I watched it.
Yeah.
But I did hate the part I hated more and more. So
Right.
they both go at different angles.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's talk about what's going to happen from here.
Yes.
Pop us back up on this screen.
Oh, great. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so now at this point in the podcast, we're going to split the video. So this will be the end of the YouTube video, right?
Yes, sir. Like, comment, subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe. Check out the podcast on podcast feeds, Cobra Guys, obviously, if you want.
If you want to email us, which the emails are going to follow after this.
Yeah, but we're not going to put those on the... We're not going to put those on YouTube because who knows about uploading a 2-hour video to YouTube? Who knows about uploading a 5-hour video to YouTube?
For sure.
We don't really know how long...
But if you did want to see that video of us doing the emails, you can go to patreon.com/Cobra Guys.
Yeah. We're gonna
Just sign up on the free tier.
We're going to put the emails video on the free tier. Now, of course, this will all be one piece on the podcast app.
Yes.
So,
my gosh, guys.
a lot of moving parts here.
We're going to see if we can execute this, but thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you guys. Like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, Mikey Jeremy. If you're seeing it, you know that.
You know that. All right, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Bonsai?
Bonsai, but we're going to be right back if you're listening.
Bonsai?
Bonsai.
To be bonsai continued.
That's exactly right. We'll be right back.